What else do you guys remember?
I remember
His last name?
Smith, finally. Yeah. Is that his last name?
Yeah.
What's his first name again?
You guys never got it.
Yeah, okay. Oh, okay.
Just called him Smith.
I'm glad that we never got it because Colin asked me today.
So.
And I was like...
You know what? I might have said a first name at the time, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
Let me see if I've got it in the
Well,
notes.
Colin asked me today what was his name, and I said, oh, I don't remember, because the only thing I could think of was Sam Smith, and I was like, there's no way it was Sam Smith. Like, there was no way it was Sam Smith.
No, you guys never got a first name. No,
Okay.
even in my notes, it's just Smith.
So I was like,
Mr. Smith.
I'm not going to tell
The blacksmith.
Colin that his name is Smith, because I don't remember, like, I think I'm wrong. And of course he's like, oh, it was Smith. I'm like, yeah, I knew that. He's like, and you just let me like spend 20 minutes looking it up? I did.
I went back to the stream and I was waiting.
Oh, the
and
old
you
one.
kept referring to him as he.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't help me, Link. What's his name?
So,
but yeah,
I guess you'll never know now.
I never know.
it was.
You guys, so much for being friends. You never once asked his first name.
Yeah. Well, and then I realized
we don't really call anybody by their first name.
He told us to call him Smith.
To be fair, when he asked, "What's your name?" he goes, "Oh, by Smith."
Yeah. That's what he goes
So
by.
it could be his first name.
Yeah.
Who knows?
His last name.
The
is Smith.
GM
First name
knows.
is
Smith the Smith.
Smithy. Smitherson.
Smitherson.
It's awesome.
How much smithing could Smith?
Right.
Depends on his family.
Oh.
He might be too sad to work that day.
Jay follows comments if you want to give a shout out.
Woo. But yeah. Other than that, let's see.
Barbarian.
So I remember his name.
Good choice.
I remember. What else do I remember? Oh, I remember we were the first ones in the house. We were the only ones in the house. We did take his hammer. It's not on me, and it's not on anybody that they would have the balls enough to check.
Yeah, it's on Smith or Sal.
Yeah.
Midnight Rendezvous.
We hid it in Smith's body.
Now we have potentially another week here before that meeting, if we decide to go to that meeting. And then we were all amazed that I didn't force everybody to go right to where my god is.
I think that was mostly the DM.
Yeah.
He handed
you also, but I will say off camera, there was a lot of discussion afterwards because I was so terribly confused. Because I think early before filming anything,
it might have been on me.
We confused like where my powers come from, and I was scared that my powers were actually from the bad person that we had. And so
we cleared that up.
We can't go. So I was really nervous about going, and now that I know, she would have definitely enforced it, but
that's okay.
But we're gonna pretend that no, she's so super loyal that she would have.
She's just nervous.
Gone to check in first, yeah, and nervous. She is horribly nervous.
I forgot everyone's magic has a distinct smell to it.
Yeah, everybody's, and I was like, that's why I was trying to see if my magic was the bad smell or the citrusy smell that he's smelling. So, okay. No, it's Katie's turn.
I feel like that was...
Yeah, that wrapped it up well.
Yeah. No.
Pretty.
I think these two each ranked up in their guilds. So you ranked up in the Rangers Guild, and you ranked up in the Assassins Guild.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel like last session there's a lot that happened. I mean, you guys woke up in the prison after the fight. You guys had your dreams. You got some extra loot, daggers from your guild for ranking up. You had your award ceremony. You guys teleported to the tower instead of Port Novus, the ship. Found out Smith was dead. Went into full investigation mode. Tried to revive him.
Goes all the way to the top.
That's all we heard.
Well,
like every other minute was, it goes all the way to the top.
All the way to the top.
To be fair, the episode name is All the Way to the Top.
It is.
Woo, good. That's where it's going, baby.
Yeah.
Maybe I just want to fuck with you more, you know?
Yeah, well.
Lean into it. Lean into my
Well,
player's
she has no
fears.
memories, so you can fuck with her all you want
That's
anyway,
true. That's true.
And next, for Krista's thing, you let us know that was Port Novus, or was it elsewhere? Or?
It was Port Novus.
It was Port Novus.
It's Port Novus
you are
that
looking
we have
for
to go to.
As your god spoke to you and told you to go south to the shipyard in Port Novus, board the Squalor, a ship full of thieves and like miscreants.
And Squalor
And-
is different than the one that we have been on other thieves and miscreants.
Yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, follow their path, and your god would meet you,
Okay.
or at least your god said they would give you the answers you seek.
And
So
I definitely would have told you guys about my dream.
absolutely. So we're gonna jump into it. Last we left off, we had Sal'Mara sleeping on the rooftops outside of
What can I say? I'm a good napper.
Gregory and Susan Twindle's home abode, and we had our 3 party members who just failed to revive Smith. Mita, the kind of grand wizard of the tower, has left the room and has informed you that the investigation will continue. Smith's body is now going to be prepared with embalming fluid because it's too late to actually do any other revival magic. It's past the 10-day period, so they're going to prepare the body for burial rites after one more autopsy, and there'll be another investigation that should last about a week.
They're still in the tower, correct?
Yes, these 3 are still in the tower. You guys have just said goodbye to Mita as she left. You guys are still standing over Smith's body.
Yeah. And we've tried to wake you up. I've let you know numerous times.
She did
Sending,
try.
yes.
She did try the sending spell, and you slept right through it.
Yes. Again, my sleeping powers are great.
Your dreams might have been affected mildly.
Mildly.
Are we seeing anything that would be suspicious to us on Smith's body?
Roll an insight check.
Phoenix. Didn't have her loaded. Well, that's not gonna be good. Insight, oh, that's not bad. 15?
Nothing seems suspicious. I mean, he has 2 distinctive cut marks on his body. The first one being the jagged cut mark across his stomach, where you saw when you found him how he had been cut, like his guts had been cut open, believed to be suicide because he had a knife in his hand. It tends to be a little bit more. They're all stitched up at this point again, but they were very rigid and jagged cut, and then a very clean, like surgical incision that's kind of flays the chest open in the middle. And again, it's stitched shut, but for the most part, you don't see anything that stands out as abnormal.
Okay. Well, I feel like a massive failure, so I'd like to leave here.
Where do you want to go?
Well, just out of this room. At first, we still don't have Sal. Do we stay here for a week?
Unless we have business elsewhere to take care of.
Well, I do. I would like to go to Port Novus,
Oh.
but I'm not going. I don't know how long that will take, and that's my only issue.
Well, we got a week to kill, and if it's 6 days or 7 days, if we need to, we can always teleport back here.
It's true. I wonder if their guild would know the Port Novus symbols, so that Sal can learn that, and then we wouldn't even have to. Because we learned the ones coming down to the tower, correct?
You guys, she currently knows the tower and Nyx.
Nyx. But if somebody shows her Port Novus, we'd be able to get there, correct?
Oh, yeah, we can have the mages send us over there, and then she can study the runes like
Oh, yeah.
before.
There we go.
So, we can get there pretty easily. Oh,
Do
where
you
is
think she'll
that?
step foot in here?
I don't know, where is our sneaky, snaky friend?
Every time I talk to her, she's snoring or not answering. So, my guess is...
Speaking of which, I haven't seen her in almost a day, 2 days now. Where is she?
She is... Yes, she's hiding. From us, from them, from everything in between, all of the above.
She's gone rogue. You don't think she's a part of this, do you?
No. However, I will think that if we decide we would like to be more involved in this, that she might be out. I don't think she trusts them, and I can kind of understand why.
I don't think she trusts anyone, but I think you're right. She particularly doesn't trust the council. Well, let's find Sal, and I guess we can make our way to Port Novus unless we need to do any shopping while in town.
Oh, I have nothing that I need.
I'm good.
Yeah, I've got all the mud I can carry, so I am set.
So finding Sal, first priority?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's find Sal.
Or do we just let her find us? Maybe we should go check in with the Mage Guild here and see if they can send us to Port Novus. And then we'll communicate to her from there.
I'd hate to leave her behind.
I'm not going to leave her behind. We're just going to see if they can do it.
To follow us later.
No, we're going to
Behind
see
us.
if they can do it. No. We're going to see if they're willing. Set up a time for later.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
making an appointment.
Sure.
Instead of just showing up going, take us here.
What?
Now I feel stupid because I was on the same page as Manny. I was like, you're just gonna leave Sal?
No. And I was like, come on.
We gotta.
Is that why you smirked at me?
Yeah. I was
I was like, why is he laughing?
Split the party, different cities. Why not?
The Mage Guild would definitely, okay, I was wondering why you were laughing at me, and I was like, what did I do that made Luke lose it?
I was on the same page as Manny. I was like, is she
Yeah.
implying they just leave?
Well,
Don't
we don't
worry,
know
I
if
got
Sal's
you.
in trouble either, so it may take longer than we can anticipate. So, if they can just send us there willy-nilly, then we can just wait till we're all together.
Okay. So, okay. Perfect. Let's find her, then we'll find them.
What time is it now?
Midday.
Would I have woken up by now?
No.
No.
I mean, you stayed up all night, so
Okay.
you went to sleep at 6 a.m., but then you tried to stay up and then failed.
Woke up briefly and was like, nah, not about that shit. Okay. Sweet. I'm asleep, folks.
And we have no way to... You made sure we couldn't find you.
I didn't say that.
Well,
Well, you didn't tell us where you were.
Exactly. Yeah.
so you didn't leave us a way to reach out to you.
Yeah.
Well, I think Sal's in trouble. Let's go talk to the local constable and see if she's gotten herself into any trouble. Seems like something Sal would do. I'll go to the local prison guard or constable, inquire about Sal.
You don't get much of a response. It's like, I would notice if there was a snake lady running
Snake
around my
lady.
town.
Purple toxin
Nope.
on her skin.
Not a clue.
Poison to the touch.
If you see her, let us know. I'll get the guards ready.
Oh, okay, yeah. No.
Yeah, probably. Once again. Okay.
Monster!
What time is it?
Midday.
Like,
Around noon.
And she's scared of torches and pitchforks. So if you have a crowd,
He's jotting it down.
she's
stop talking, Manny. Let's
she's
go.
terrified of those. So get a mob.
Green,
together.
scaly snake lady, covered in purple poison, afraid of torches and pitchforks.
Mhm.
I'm gonna take this
And-
to my.
And angry mobs.
I'm gonna take this to my community meeting later.
Good. Yeah.
We'll be on the watch out.
Be on alert.
I guess.
Your community thanks you for your service.
That's it. I'm gonna go back and hang out with the gnomes and probably have some tea.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to sleep anyways in order to send her even a message. Because with trying healing and I can't even see sending anymore. Oh, it's a 4th level. I guess I have 1 4th level. I will cast a 4th level in order to do another sending. Going back to the gnomes, getting some sleep, would like to leave town tomorrow. Hope you're not dead.
Give me a Constitution check.
Wait, you said you're sending this at 4th level? Can this be like a powerful send?
Yeah. Give me a Constitution check.
Cool.
It's just like a fucking migraine. Just
Yeah, just a booming message. I mean, she upcast it. I mean, that's gotta be worth something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my little roll. I'm gonna actually do a physical dice, y'all. That's a 3.
3. Perfect. You are immediately snapped awake because your
might be a
body
little
wasn't
higher
able to
than
sleep
that.
through it. If you rolled higher than an 18, I was going to say your body is needing its sleep and you're able to avoid it.
No, it would
Like a
be a
reversal.
7 total. So.
Yeah, no, you wake up to that immediately, like a booming voice, just like immediate migraine takes over.
Oh, great. She's gonna hate me now.
Kind of look around. It's too bright. I got some shedding snake skin because of the sun. I'm not quite covered by the sun. And I didn't pay attention at all to the message. It just woke me up is all.
Okay. You can respond still.
Oh. Yeah. Would I know from waking up from that,
You
that
would-
I was sended and that's what woke me up?
You
or-
would understand
Okay.
that you got sent in a message and the voice. You immediately like, what the fuck did Phoenix just say to me? Like
Okay.
you knew it was from Phoenix, but like it was so garbled of like waking up where it's like, you know when somebody wakes you up and it sounds like they're speaking gibberish and like
Yeah.
do sort of and you're like, what? That's what it was like.
Do you like to play like you?
No. She's not. You wouldn't have married Sal.
It's true.
I don't know why I do the Xavier.
I don't know
but
either.
that's-
Every time.
That's
Brain
how
blast.
it looks like for me. Anyhow, there's a migraine, so Xavier had psychic thing. No clue. That's it.
She responded. She's not dead.
Oh, what'd she say?
No clue?
You don't know what she said?
No, she literally said no clue.
Oh, okay.
I have one more spell slot.
She's been investigating this conspiracy thoroughly and has found no clues.
It's in a tangle of web.
I have one more spell slot, or we just go to bed and just leave her be, and I don't care.
Oh yeah, I'd say if we don't find her by tonight or tomorrow, we'll just have to leave without her.
Just abandon her.
Yeah. Don't know what she's up to.
Gotcha.
Especially if she doesn't know what she's up to. She said no clue.
Yep. So, sleep, and then tomorrow we leave, if we can.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay. Deal. I'm gonna hit long rest, please. Literally everything above 3rd level is used. Like, I have one.
I'd say you've probably gotten enough of a long rest that like you've gotten a long rest. Your exhaustion is gone and you're mostly awake. It's one of those like 6 hours of sleep but still feel kind of awake now.
Yeah.
By the way, so Salon is up and long rested.
And the downside is that she's up and long rested and then can stay up all night and get exhausted again.
I definitely want to use cast Speak with Animals.
Say you've never worked a night shift. I can sleep through the night and the day. So I can do it backwards too. I can sleep through the day and the night.
Touche.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals to ask the local rodents if there's been any attacks
Anything
on
that
their
they're scared
population.
of.
Yeah,
Give me an animal handling check.
Love to. Animal handling. Ooh, that's gonna be good. 21.
You find a rat and immediately it goes like, "Oh my god, my mom was eaten by a snake lady!
Oh, where was she eating? Oh,
It's at the rooftops over there!
on the roof. Okay, wow.
She ate over whole!"
Oh no. I'm so sorry for your loss. Would you like some cheese?
Yeah.
Okay. Here's some cheese.
Thanks.
Sorry for your loss. Oh, okay. Wait, which roof was that? Okay, thank you. Enjoy your cheese. Sorry about your mom. Alright, I'll go to that rooftop that you pointed to.
Right as he's like climbing down, I'm gonna jump off the roof and just like Batman kind of like behind him.
Give me a dex check.
Okay.
Or
that's-
acrobatics check.
acrobatics check.
And
Let's
can I do like a perception check?
Sure.
That's a 21.
21. Okay, you managed to land, and like while like landing in heels, your
Yeah.
ankles kind of wobble, but you're fine. Like you land like pretty sturdily, but you can tell like you were very close to rolling the shit out of your ankle, and you avoid the fall damage.
I got a 9 on perception.
Yeah, you hear a sound, a thud.
Thud. Okay.
Behind
I
you.
love that I used all my spells and you just talked to a rat and you could have done that 2 hours earlier.
I had to find the right rat, I guess.
I reach out and like tap him on the shoulder.
Oh. I'll turn around with my knife out. Who's there? Oh. Hey, Sal, where you been?
Here and there.
Oh, well, we need you. We're about to leave tomorrow morning for Port Novus.
You need me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We're leaving though.
We're leaving in the morning. Yep.
In the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And you disturbed me before then.
Well, we tried to get in touch with you.
You did.
You apparently had no clue.
No, I had plenty of clue. I know where you guys are at.
You just been on this roof?
No, I've been in and out and about.
Okay, well, find us tomorrow morning.
Alleys, you know, decreasing the local rat population.
Yeah, you ate this one rat's mother. I had to give us some cheese.
Well, that's your grievances, not mine.
Yeah, okay, well, come find us tomorrow morning. We can teleport on out of here to Port Novus.
Yeah, we probably should.
A little bit quicker than walking. I know you hate walking.
Well, it's not so much that. It's the city kind of makes my skin, and you notice like the flakes that like she kind of
Makes
like
my
flicks
skin
one
crawl.
off. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
like makes my skin crawl. Yeah.
Cool.
Flicks it.
I always like the countryside. There's a lot more mud out in the country as well. So yeah, first thing tomorrow morning we'll be out of here.
Oh, okay.
Where are you staying at, by the way?
Places.
All right, well, you know where to find us.
Yeah, you're with the gnomes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got some good tea.
Is it your mud special?
No, I've tried teaching them the recipe, and I don't think they were a fan.
Oh, okay. Well,
But I'll win them over.
I don't think many are fans, but if I'm just, trying to be honest with you.
I want to win them over. Yeah,
Okay.
Eventually. I think they just drink it before it gets too hot.
Oh, all right. Well, that's your own perspective, I guess.
All right, well, good night. I guess you look tired. You should get some sleep.
I've gotten plenty.
Well, you should get some more. All right, bye. We'll walk back to Gnome's house.
Sal's gonna meander some alleys. Sal is gonna meander some alleys here and there. Spend the day walking, try and get herself ready to sleep.
Me... Just roll a d20 for me.
D20. Since my physical dice has failed me. 16.
Okay, yeah, no. Totally fine.
Alright.
Meander the streets, no problems.
Got a cloak on.
You get a couple weird looks, but that's about it.
Yeah. I just kind of flip my tongue at them.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Doesn't help.
No, but
Usually sends the kids running.
yeah, especially the kids. There's a little bit of a glee anytime she hears kids scream and run away.
Nice.
Sal is just evil.
Well, you don't know that.
No, I don't. I just had that sense.
Or you just want a black one?
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Are you guys? What are
Long
you?
resting, just
Long resting. Cool. So
staying
yeah,
up.
I mean, by the time that it hits 8 p.m., you're able to long rest as well. Like you feel kind of tired enough, Sal. So I don't know if you want to sleep on the roof, sleep back at the house.
It'd be back on the roof. That I
Yeah,
jumped
yeah.
down
Hop on the
behind
roof of
me.
that same house and sleep. So you guys all long rest. It is the next morning.
Cool. I guess we just gotta wait for Sal to get here. She should know where to find us.
I'm like standing outside the door.
You knock.
No.
Okay. I guess we just gotta wait for Sal to get here.
Do you honestly believe that she's gonna come to us?
Well, we don't know where she's at.
Gregory and Susan already have like tea and biscuits and some baked goods for you.
Knowing it's gonna be a day of maybe not a day of travel. I'm just gonna be eating, enjoying my breakfast.
Yeah. She's gonna just stand by the door and like kind of occasionally check.
Waiting for the hootie hoo.
Just start swinging on some gnomes.
Well, like just standing outside the building
Yeah.
on the edge of the street.
Yeah. I mean, we told her.
We
we're
yelled hootie hoos. I don't know what you're talking about.
Damn it!
Hootie hoo, motherfucker, where were you?
Sal's always the one missing. Okay, are we leaving?
Oh well, Sal said she'd meet us here first thing in the morning.
Did she say she'd meet us here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna believe you. Don't really know if that's accurate.
But we don't have a unless if you send something to her. I don't think we have a way of knowing where she's at.
Give me a perception check, both of you. If you're downstairs, there's windows on this building.
I rolled a natural 1.
Nice.
I think she's
17.
You notice that there is a figure outside the door.
Okay. Oh, okay.
You're like pretty sure that's Sal out there. Like, you walk by and you catch like the glint of like some like grayish green
It's
skin.
like a silhouette of
Yeah.
a snake person. Okay. Oh, I think she's here. I think she's just waiting at the door.
ooh.
Hey, Sal, you can come on in. The door's open.
Well, we can come out.
She looks in the window and just
Well, I guess we're all here. We can go to the wizard sanctum and have him teleport us out to Port Novus.
Okay.
Sal, you want me to grab you anything? They got some really good biscuits and tea in here.
she just starts walking now that you've called her out twice. Starts walking towards the
Sal,
tower.
where you going? Come on.
Twirling a rat by the tail in her hand that she caught that morning.
It's a very motherly looking rat.
It's a very familiar looking rat to you.
Oh, no. It's like a snack on the go. It's like
Yeah.
it's a gusher.
Like mother, like son.
All right. Well, I guess Sal's leaving. Let's go to the wizard's tower.
Okay.
Alright. Yeah, you guys
should
make it
we
there without a hitch.
Tell terrorists that we're going out of town.
Well, I'm assuming nothing happens in that wizard tower without one of them knowing. So, if we go to Port Novus, I'm sure he'll be able to find us. And I've cast sending so many times to him that he can send me one if he needs to talk to us.
Yeah. Well, we do know that there's a spy in the tower, so I'm sure word will get out that we've used their teleporter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure they have a log of visitors. They seem to have it heavily guarded. So, I guess we'll ask to use it and we'll be on our way.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys make it into the tower. Front desk person is there. You explain why you're there, and he's like, "Oh, of course. So, yeah, anybody with access to the spells. I see you guys have a Novus mage with you as part of the Arcaniums. So, no problem. You follow him, and they take you to a back room with a familiar circle and another
Novice.
You just got called a novice mage.
Well, that's the rank in the.
I know. She's still shaking her
Arcanium
head
school
and like
now. Yeah,
glaring
that's
at
fair.
the.
You kind of like a novice mage in your ranks, and you can follow him.
Lead the way.
Yeah, they take you to a room. You're able to get a second to. I mean, you've seen the spell or the. Never mind. You've seen the runic symbols for the tower. Another mage casts a spell and flash a light. You guys appear into a room. Transition. Yeah, you guys appear in a stone-circled room. There who acknowledge your presence, and an individual walks up to you guys and goes, a name and a location in which you traveled from?
My name is Manny, and we came.
Manny.
Mm-hmm. We came from the tower.
The tower. Easy enough. All right. You guys are free to go.
Oh, awesome.
Great.
And you can take a second to transcribe the room
Yep.
if you'd like. Yep.
Start working
problem.
on it almost immediately after in the room.
Yeah.
We've got a novice mage with us, so it's going to take a while to
Ah.
get all the
Of
rules
course,
down.
I see. Yes.
I don't
I
think
will-
you get to call her novice.
That's her rank. That's her rank. I mean, just calling it as it is.
So yeah, you guys have left the tower. You exit a building that spits you right into the middle of downtown Port Novus.
Downtown.
A little bit about Port Novus. I don't know if you guys had spent a very brief period in here before. Port Novus is a almost rectangular city. It sits right on the southern coast, and on its eastern border of the city is the river that travels north to Lakefront. So the city has essentially 4.5 walls that extend, covers the western half of the coastline. They extend out from the water and then cut across on the backside of the city. The city is cut by a center road that literally splits it into 4 equal quarters. As your time here in the past, you would know that the southwestern side is considered the slums. These tend to be much rattier buildings. Instead of nice cobbled streets, it's a lot more mud and dirt. The southeast is the port. This port doesn't have a wall that separates the seaport from the city. However, there is a small island barrier that sticks out, just like a few seawall, like naturally existing seawall with a lighthouse on it. And then in the like very western corner by the entrance to the river is kind of a way you can enter that. The ships enter behind the seawall and come into port. So southeast is all there's still like some basic trade stuff, but mostly it's all just like warehouses and stuff. The northeast is much finer housing.
This is Port Novus, right?
And this is Port Novus. The northeast is like finer buildings, better housing, a lot of where like the richer people live, and it's also the quadrant farthest from the slums. And the northwest is considered kind of the trade quarter of the city. There are a lot of shops and guild halls in that location. Now, of course, there is that center cobbled road that splits the city into its quarters, and there are shops and taverns all across that road, as it's very easily accessible no matter which quadrant it's in. And most of the major taverns are right in the center of the city, just like based around that town center that has a big fountain on it. On the north side of the city, you can tell that these walls stick up about 40 feet all the way around the city. And then beyond that, on the north side, there's this little jaunt of 60-foot walls that stick up higher. And you can tell there's this very finely built kind of like castle-ish, but made out of mostly wood building on that in that northern like walled off section, its own private area, and that's where the Lord of Port Novus lives. It's also where they hold town councils, mostly like every other town.
Is there a dominating guild here? Like in Nyx, it was the Rangers Guild. Here, is it kind of like a hodgepodge, or is there like one that stands out more than the others?
You have heard rumors, especially being a part of the Thieves Guild, a part of the Killers Collective. You would have heard rumors that Port Novus hosts the Thieves Guild in its undercity, somewhere in the sewers beneath the town. It is a town of vagabonds and miscreants. I mean, you have an entire quarter that is slums that's very unguarded, so to speak. There's not a lot of foot traffic, and so it's very easy to fence goods and like get away with things. And then it's also the first. Port Novus is considered the first city of Spey, meaning it's the first stop for any ships traveling from Domum, which means it's the hub of trade. So there's a lot of goods that come in and out of this city, which makes it really easy for smuggling.
Well, if you guys would like to look around, we can. I need to get to the shipyard. We need to find a ship called... I remember
The Squalor.
Squalor. I was going to guess something wrong. And so that's what we need to hitch a ride on.
Are we going somewhere, or do we just need to get into the ship? You know what the business.
We go with them.
We go with them. Do we know?
I don't know what they're doing. I would like to
Are
say.
you trading our souls?
I think I've already traded mine. I don't think she wants yours. Sorry.
You're not wanted, Manny.
No, I mean any of you. So
Wow.
I know. Well.
you don't want to be wanted.
No, I know, but Swift probably does.
No, Swift has her own
I'm good.
thing she does.
Well, Manny wants to be wanted.
Manny might. Yeah.
Well, I'm wanted by many.
I don't think you've ever even asked how large your bounty is yet. I bet it's only like 2 gold.
Well, more than that's twice as much as I thought.
You honestly think any of us? Oh well, we might be wanted. Nobody knows that we're the ones that are wanted.
Well, they at the top might want us for.
Touche.
The ship's
You're
the
right.
Squalor.
Are you finally on my side about this?
I haven't discluded anything that you've said.
I feel so much better not being in the tower now. Just gonna clear the room with that. Like, it is nice to be in a city where you know how things are just shitty. Like, look at everybody. All these ragtag humans, elves, dirty, dusky, hardly see any heels, nobody of class. It's wonderful.
Well, it looks like there was a nice area to the northeast.
Yeah, but I don't own it, so it can't be that nice.
Well,
Just
speaking
know
of
owning things was your goal.
I never said it was or was not.
Touche.
You don't ask many questions of me. You just do as you're told most of the time.
we're probably going to have a base or a place to stay, so we're going to look for a tavern.
I really don't know if we'll be here long. We're gonna go look at the Squalor. Hopefully get on it. And then go from there.
Okay. Lead the way.
Okay? We're gonna go check the docks.
Heading down to the dock. Kind of the layout as you push through these large warehouse-style storage buildings that populate the southeast quarter. You guys come across a stone courtyard, and it's surrounded on all sides by these big warehouses that have bay doors that open up into this stone courtyard. And the stone courtyard is mostly flat. There is one small, like 5 by 10 stone building, almost like the size, a little like an elongated outhouse almost, that sits in the center of the courtyard, and you can only see the backside of it, so it's mostly stone structure. But there are people moving in and out around the quarter. There's people that have like piled a couple crates in a corner and seem to be like opening and trying to pitch and sell goods off it. There's people walking around. There's a number of guards in this area that seem to be populating. People with lifts with like 2 wheels, with crates stacked on top of that are moving them across into warehouses. And right there on the waterfront are, these 6 major dock lines that have ships of various size that are docked alongside on either end.
6 different ships, you say?
6 different docks, 6 different boardwalks, so it can actually technically
that is
hold
way too many docks.
It can hold up to 12 ships. There's currently 8 major,
I don't think you can even count that high, Manny.
8 large ships that are populating those docks.
777, and then
Okay,
numbers
just by glancing, can we see anything that says Squalor? Because otherwise we got to talk
Give
to
me
people.
a insight check.
I just hope we're not too late.
I don't know how
They're
this
all in
goes.
alphabetical order. Oh well, that's a 13.
13. Okay.
That one's not
There
right.
are there are ships of varying degree of.
I'm listening. I'm going to go check food.
Okay. There are ships of varying degree of quality. You know, there are some galleons there that are
Looking
like
for a poor
very
quality.
fine and like a very obvious like brightly colored silk flag and professionally dressed crewmen, and then there's some that are like all like commoners, and then you see like a couple ships. There's like 3 ships that are obviously a very like crude band of individuals,
That's
the
what I'm
ragtag
looking for.
group of miscreants. There's about 3 ships that you see in the dock that
Fit that
fit the
description?
bill. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think we're going that way. Are they all near each other?
They're fairly spread out. I mean, like there's 2 next to each other and one that's a couple docks down. But
Let's go to the ones that are next to each other first.
cool. Heading down to the far end, yeah, there's 2 ships that are, you know, they look like they run. I mean, like their hull is patched. People seem to be moving crates off it or crates onto it. Nothing kind of stands out amongst them as like this is one or the other. But
Any of them have like the name written on their side?
no,
I'm gonna ask.
none of the ships actually have the names written on the sides of it.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna just ask a dockhand, like, which one's the Squalor?
Neither of my ship's not the Squalor.
Oh, you know where the Squalor is?
No.
No. Okay. The guy says it's none of these 2 ships.
Okay, so let's go to the other side.
Oh, no.
So it's at the very end of the dock, the farthest west,
Makes sense.
or the farthest east, closest to the entrance to this kind of protected sea cove area. It is a ratty ship. There are some holes in the side of the hull that you're like, that's not a cannon port. But it's not low enough that you're like, oh my god, this thing's actively sinking. There's nobody moving cargo in and off the boat. Instead, approaching, all you hear is the sound of music and laughter and crude voices passing jokes back and forth.
Hey, Manny, do you trust me?
With my life.
I think we're getting on this boat.
Well, all right.
Okay.
Good trust exercise. Let's do
It's
it.
really Swifty that I'm worried about because she really hates water. So we just gotta make sure she doesn't sink, okay?
She's nimble. Swifty, do you know how to swim?
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hopefully we won't see, actually.
Like a drowned cat.
I've never asked someone if they know how to swim. They'd be like, we'll find out.
We'll find out, yeah.
It's like, oh, either you're drowning or you're not. It's one or the others.
Well, I just avoid water, so...
Well, looks like we gotta trust Phoenix here to get on this boat.
Okay. I will call out from the dock. Hello? Anybody?
There's not even like a break in the voices up there. Shit.
Okay, well, we ready to get on this thing and then possibly die because we went on something that we weren't invited to?
Sounds fun.
Okay! She said yes. We're going.
Great.
Yeah.
We get on.
Cool. Walking up onto the deck, you see a wide range of individuals of varying looks. Most of them are wearing fairly ratty clothes, darker leathers. They don't look particularly clean as individuals. There's a group sitting around a table on the center deck. Then there's some people that are on the stairs drinking. And they seem to just be kind of having a party up here. Immediately, a red-skinned individual with big, thick horns, kind of curling around like a ram, walks up to you as soon as you walk up on deck, Phoenix, and goes, "Oh, who are you, Miss Lady?"
My name is Phoenix.
"Nice to meet you, Phoenix."
Is this the Squalor?
"It is?"
My god told me to get on this boat.
"Oh, my God wants you on this boat, too."
I don't like that. But
"Hey, friends! We've got more friends!" And they turn around, they see, like, the group of individuals, and are like, "You like to party?"
Give me a beer.
And somebody, like, hucks you just see, like, give me an acrobatics check. You see it's like a mug kind of perfectly vertical, but spinning in the air, comes flying
sailing
at
at
you.
your head.
12.
12. You spill half of it, but you manage to catch it.
Down the rest
Down
of
it.
yeah.
And there's like this pause. probably what you assume to be the leader of this ragtag band is they're wearing a finer clothes at least, or at least they look cleaner. Kind of waves you over. It's a gal with like this big ponytail hair that sticks like straight up out of the top of her head. She goes, "So what are you doing on my boat?"
My god asked me to come here, told me to get on the Squalor, and that you would take me to meet her. I don't know what that is, so...
Well, we're heading north to Hornhill, so if that's where you're looking to go, it's going to be 50 gold from each of you.
Hornhill. We've been to Hornhill before.
But I have not found the
You guys have
Yeah.
not been to Hornhill.
No.
Hornhill is the northwestern island off the coast of Spey.
What's it?
You
stayed
guys,
at the port.
you guys stayed at the port and then traveled east to Nyx.
I am paying everybody's trouble.
Thank you.
200 gold.
As
200
deserved.
As per...
Also,
we are quite helpful. We've been on ships before.
Oh, don't worry, my crew can handle everything. I'm not worried.
Oh.
Um,
That
If
was
they
a lot
couldn't, I wouldn't have them on board.
real quick, non-D&D food should be ready in 15 minutes.
Yeah, let me know. We'll take a break then.
Okay.
There's open cots down below. Just pick one that doesn't smell the worst. You should be fine.
Okay. Thank you.
And she turns back to watching a group of individuals playing cards together. She doesn't seem to be participating in.
What are y'all playing?
Looks up. We're playing some cards. You wanna play?
Sure, yeah. Show me how to play and
just watch your left pinky with this one.
My what?
Your left pinky.
I've only got 3 fingers.
Well, watch one of those. Keep a good eye on it.
your least favorite.
He's pretty sneaky.
I don't got one of those.
I'm just flexing on you. Yeah, show me how to play.
Cool. They teach you. It's fairly simple. It's just a game of guessing. Like it's like kind of like poker. Got a 5-card draw almost.
Cool. I'll probably gamble a little bit of money.
Yeah. Tell me how much you want to gamble and make a performance check.
My bounty is for 2 gold, apparently. So, value my worth. 2 gold.
2 gold.
If that 20.
Yeah. No. You win the pot and get 10 gold back.
Sweet. Oh, I love this game. Wow. Is this
They all
is
hate
this
you
normal?
now.
Is this
Yeah. You want to bet a little more?
Manny, you should
I should?
double it.
I should double it.
Double down.
Ooh. Okay, yeah.
I cast guidance.
Sure. Ooh.
You don't cast guidance. Just tell her. Tell him.
Sure, yeah. I'll wager 4 gold now.
Cool. Give me a performance check.
Performance is a 2.
Yeah, you lose it.
Oh.
All of it?
The
Well,
full
you're still
you bet.
even.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm still up. Oh, well. I guess it was just beginner's luck. Okay, well. Yeah, I'm gonna go check out my cot. I'm gonna find the least smell.
Yeah, I probably would have actually gone down
Yeah.
first and tried to find the least smelling.
You guys go down to your cot. You two go down. What are you two doing?
Would go down.
Sal's gonna keep trying to sneak up to where the steering wheel is.
Nobody's stopping you.
Oh, okay. But she's gonna still kind of
Looking around, walk up,
yeah.
hands on the steering wheel.
I'm the captain now.
Yeah. You guys head down to check out your cots.
I'm slowly like just casting mending on everything. Like the railing, the walls, just like mend.
Yeah, I think it's like a minute casting time for that spell for most goods.
Oh, for like how long it stays put together?
No. I think that's how long it takes to repair an item.
Oh, okay.
What's the casting time of it?
1 minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I can't just like touch and go.
Yeah.
Okay.
But like maybe like you're like, wow, this is such a beautiful view as you're like casting mending on the railing in front of
just
you.
like casting it with
Yeah,
an elbow,
yeah.
leaning up against the wall.
Like,
With an elbow.
like lipstick on a pig. It like you're beautifying a couple corners here, but it's, yeah, not improving the boat overall. You guys, as soon as you guys head down the stairs, Sal'Mara, you see it as the obvious captain of the ship. She stands up and goes, "All right, we're off to sea. Like untie the lines, hoist the anchors." And you guys, by the time you find your beds, you feel the ship start to sway and move as it's obviously backing out of the port.
Beep, beep, beep,
Wow, that was surprisingly easy.
Wow, that was good timing. Wonder if they were waiting for us.
I don't know.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be
You're telling us
suspicious.
not to be
Don't
suspicious.
be suspicious.
Like, legitimately, or are you very suspicious right now? Because I don't think I've ever heard you say don't be suspicious.
Or option C. I'm just fucking with your mind.
It's definitely not one, never mind.
I definitely want to cast Druidcraft, so whatever like pieces of rebel I can, just kind of like sprinkle in the air, see which way the wind is taking it, just to see if there's any storms coming up in the weather.
Yeah, give me a perception check or Arcana.
I think Druidcraft just lets me
Nature.
know.
Oh, it just does. Yeah.
Wait,
Oh yeah, you know the weather for the next hour, right?
let's see. I thought I was looking at the right one. Druidcraft.
Yeah, you can create like a sensory effect that tells you what the weather is going to be for the next hour. I thought.
Yes, for the next 24 hours.
24 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, clear skies.
Cool.
Not a cloud.
I'll have the captain look. Well,
It is cold. I mean, you guys are in the end of fall, coming up on winter now. The sun is setting a little bit later than usual. It's setting closer to the like 6 to 8 p.m. kind of thing.
Okay.
But yeah, it's clear skies, which means the temperatures are going to be low.
Hey, Captain, it should be clear skies for the next day.
I know.
Roll performance.
No. Whisper that.
Give yourself an inspiration point.
There you go.
I said.
What was that? I said hitch. I
said
said
hitch. I
this
said
would go off without a
Went off
hitch.
without a hitch. You're doing great.
I said you look shitty to the sky.
Okay.
Game.
You know, I didn't even ask how long it was going to take. Well, if we die here, I apologize.
We probably could have teleported here from the tower, but
I don't know. Because who knows? She may think she's going to Horn Hill, but if a god has different plans, then a god has different plans.
I still don't believe in said god.
You don't have to, I do.
Should take just over a
there
week
are
to reach Horn Hill.
literal gods.
Nah.
They
It should,
bestow
yeah,
magic.
just about, if not like a little bit more than a week
Okay.
to reach Horn Hill.
A week?
Because we need a week to get back to.
No,
The
we can
tower.
teleport to the tower.
Yeah.
But also, miss the meeting.
Okay.
What are they
The sun sets and it hits dusk, and it is not a full moon, but a fairly full moon. It's getting to that point. It should be full moon within another week or so, or a couple days. And so it is fairly bright out with the clear skies. I mean, you guys can see that the deck is very well illuminated by the moonlight and the stars, and it's reaching that kind of 8 p.m.-ish time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sal meanders to like somewhere on the deck that seems more private.
Okay.
Where there's wood.
Top deck or bottom deck?
Top deck.
Top deck?
Yeah.
Like probably up by the front of the boat.
Okay.
Most of the workers are like manning the sails or down below or like up by the wheel. There's not a lot of people that hang out on the front.
She like crouches so like nobody can see in this area of her.
Mm-hmm.
She takes her knife and starts whittling occult stuff into the wood.
Cool.
her.
Yeah, she's like up on the railing, like leaning over on it, so everybody's like, "Oh, she's just looking out," and you're just sitting there with a knife, like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool.
Just to freak somebody out later on.
And you guys, what are you guys doing?
Is that just day one, or?
This is the first night, yeah.
Okay, first night. I'm gonna start preparing for the next day, and I'm gonna be reaching within my repertoire of skills, my mind, and start visualizing the spell Gust of Wind
Okay.
spell.
Yeah. So you're just down by your cot, like
Yeah, just
trying
practicing.
to practice.
and
Yeah.
getting ready for the next day.
Yeah.
Visualizing that spell.
What are you two doing?
Can I climb up as high as I can?
Yeah, you could climb up into the crow's nest.
Okay. And what if there's somebody else?
There is somebody. You are sitting next to a
Make besties.
very pale skinned, like white hair, red eyes human who is sitting in there, kind of arms crossed, and just kind of like looking out over the sea, but also looking at you like, what the fuck?
It's very cramped in a crow's nest.
Yeah, I mean you've got like a couple, like basically like you two are on either side, and you could reach around and
Well,
still
I was
touch each
I'm
other.
probably
Yeah.
sitting on like the railing of it.
Yeah. Okay.
Just talking,
Yeah, they're not responding.
Yeah.
Okay.
telling them stories.
Hey,
Random
Krista.
things from childhood.
I want to hear
What
one of
is,
these
what
stories.
is Phoenix doing?
What do you, yeah. Can you just tell stories for the next hour? I would be praying.
Okay.
And then also I would like to be watching to see if especially the captain does any magic.
Okay. Cool. So you are on the top deck.
Yeah.
Where on the top deck? About like middle or like up by the wheel?
She
Captain
kinda-
is right by the wheel.
Yeah, she kind of just wants a view of almost where she can see everybody. So
You're
probably,
also in the crow's
So
nest.
probably you're probably like all the way at the stern,
yeah,
looking forward. So like the captain has their back to you in the studio, and you can look out over the deck, and you can see Sal'Mara on the far end. You can see, you can see Swift up in the crow's nest, and you know that Phoenix is down below.
Where is that?
and then I would be praying for our trip. I would be praying for these workers, but I'm mostly watching to see, especially if anybody does magic like I do magic.
Okay. Yeah.
Does it smell?
It seems normal for the most part. If I'll let you two, Phoenix and Swift, give me perception checks. And Phoenix can make it with advantage since they're actually watching the people.
Perception.
8.
24.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, you don't see any magic. You do hear, and all of you kind of hear the tune. The captain lets out a whistle. And Phoenix, you watch as all of the shipmates draw their weapons, and everybody roll initiative.
Oh my gosh. Fuck.
Actually, we'll take a break. We'll roll initiative when we get back.
Oh, but I
And you can see that the floor is already starting to burn.
It's a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah. Highest was a 15.
Okay, I think that ties it.
Okay. So one of them saves, the other does not.
Okay, for 29 points of damage.
Where? It's half as much on a...
Yes, half as much on a failed save. And then I'm going to bonus action. Actually, can I make it to the stairs and run up?
Yeah, I mean, well, you're gonna have to go around... there's
'Cause that's the stairs up. I tried to put it before the stairs.
there's stairs behind you that go up.
Oh, okay,
Look.
I'll go up that way then.
Yep.
Does that put me?
Yeah, right there. No, towards... See the doorway? Left.
Oh, these two.
Yeah, that
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I'll go to that one. And then I'm going to bonus action cast Wild Shape
Mhm.
into a dire wolf.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Okay. Phoenix, it is your turn.
We would have paid you for safe arrival. And I'm going to cast Spiritual Guardians.
We already paid him.
Well,
She took 50 gold per person.
Tipped him for more. But what else?
What?
Just shush you. If I'm trying to get us out of this somewhat alive,
All
okay?
you hear-
Unlike some people that are like, let's just sink the whole damn boat.
All you hear from me is like barking and growls. Because I'm a wolf.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch Spiritual Guardians at 4th level.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna kind of skirt around because it's 15 feet. So I'm gonna go about there, like not leave, but just kind of move around.
All right, so I got to roll for all 3 of those people.
All 3 of them. And I like to imagine my little spiritual guardians looking like what I imagine my god would look like. Just like a whole bunch of little godlings.
Okay. Is it? I'm assuming it's 17.
Wisdom 18.
18. Okay. So only the one in red succeeds.
Okay.
The other 2, the first mate and the captain, both fail.
Okay.
And I still think it's half damage, isn't it?
Yeah. On a failed save, the creature takes... It'll be radiant damage.
Yep.
On a successful save, half as much. And since I'm casting it at 4th level, it's 4d8.
Okay.
Uh, 13 points of damage.
Okay.
Upon first entering. When they start their turns there too, it'll be another roll. And I don't think I have a bonus action cantrip, so I'm done.
Okay, that's the end of your turn.
Yes.
So the ones in green are going to move. Firewall makes it difficult terrain,
No, it doesn't.
but they damage every 5 feet they move through it.
It's on each of my turns until the spell ends. Wait, never mind. Wrong spell. I'm pretty sure if they enter the fire, creature takes damage when it enters the wall for the first time on a turn, or ends its turn there.
Okay. So, I mean, kind of entering it for the first time, I think, on its
Yeah,
turn.
at the start of its turn.
Go ahead and roll damage.
$33.
33. Wow. Okay. And is that a save?
Yes. So dexterity 15.
Okay.
Saving
No, he
throw.
succeeded. The one in green on the right, if you can move him, is going to go up the stairs, so move him to the next deck. And if you could move the green ring too.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to move to you. Yep. And then the other one in the green ring, also going to move to you. So these are, one of those is the big burly guy with devilish looking with the horns. These guys are carrying big like war hammers. They're each going to make 3 attacks against you.
Damn.
That is a 13 to hit,
Misses. AC 14.
23 to hit,
Hits.
and a natural 1.
Definitely misses.
And then, so you're going to take 10 points of bludgeoning, no, 13 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and then it's going to bonus action. No. Sorry. I see. You need to make a wisdom saving throw.
I got a 14.
14? Okay. You are considered frightened until the end of
Actually,
its
wisdom saving throw? Sorry.
Yeah,
It
wisdom
was
saving throw.
19.
19.
12
Never mind,
plus,
you're good.
12 plus 7.
Okay, the other one is going to make 3 melee attacks against you as well. That is a 9 to hit,
Misses.
19 to hit. And a 16 to hit.
Hits.
Both hit?
Yeah, AC 14.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Is going to be 6, 12, 17 points of bludgeoning damage, and you need to make another wisdom saving throw.
Oh, wait. Sorry, I messed up. I was doing advantages for my Warcaster to keep concentration. This is just like a flat save there. Still really good. 25 for that
Cool.
wisdom
Good.
saving throw.
Alright, that's the end of their turn. I think you said it was... How much fire damage did you say? It was 33?
33.
Okay. So...
And then for that second attack, how much damage? Or for the second person?
12... I think it was 17 points of bludgeoning damage you took in
17.
total.
Okay.
That was... It was... I already... So one of them hit you with one attack. I added both attacks that hit you from the other guy totaled to 17.
Cool. Yeah, so it's 13 and 17.
Yeah.
This wolf is looking hurt.
I apologize. This is why you don't have any plans.
Okay.
We trusted you.
The ones in red are going to take their turn.
Okay.
The one that's in the fire is going to have to roll. That's another success. So the one in red is going to try and make his way around the left side. The one on the bottom deck is going to make his way around the left side up to those stairs. Far stairs. Yeah. And is essentially, you can leave him there, but is trying to come up behind Manny right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is going to make... Okay. It's going to make 2 short sword attacks against you, Manny.
Okay.
Ooh, not good. Yeah, both misses. 11 and 10.
Woohoo!
The one on the top deck is going to make 2 melee attacks against Kristen. Against Phoenix.
Okay.
That's a natural 20.
That hits. I don't know if I can do it myself.
Refill. Oh.
And the other is a 13 to hit.
Wizard.
As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet suffers a critical hit, you can turn that hit into a normal hit.
Okay.
So I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
I was making sure it was for
So that's
me.
your reaction. You're going to still take 5 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then the one at the top deck is going to make 2 dagger attacks against you, Swift. That is a...
And was that the one in the red?
Yeah.
Because they're gonna also take.
Oh,
they gotta do a
right.
Wisdom 18 again.
Okay. That's a success. I
Okay.
rolled an 18.
So I'll roll.
First one is a
no.
25 to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one's a natural 1. So you're going to take...
They'll take 11 points of damage. That is halved. It was 22.
Okay. You're going to take... 8 points of piercing damage. 18, there we go. Okay. And that is the end of the round, so it's back to the top. Swift, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike. And
On the one in front of you?
It's just goes to whatever weapon I use.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And then I'm going to use my short sword
Mm-hmm.
on the one in front of me.
Okay.
An 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, I get 2 attacks though.
No, you're good. Top of the round, yeah, you're all on the top deck. You can all make a perception check for me.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Do you want me to do perception too?
Yeah. After you're done
Yeah, I'm
damage.
going to do damage first. Otherwise I'll get confused.
Oh, 5. I'm focused on my carvings.
He needs to do a strength saving throw. Yeah. Yeah, strength saving throw.
Okay. How much damage was it?
10.
He rolled a 10 for the strength saving throw.
Okay, so he's now
Restrained or grappled?
restrained,
Okay.
and he takes 1d6 of damage. So then he gets 1 more point of damage.
Okay.
Piercing damage. And at the start of his turn, it'll take another 1d6 of piercing damage, and while they're restrained, while they're restrained, they can make a strength, use an action to make a strength check
Okay.
to be freed.
Sweet.
I rolled a 22 perception.
Okay.
21 for perception check.
7. Nope. 12.
Okay. You two, being the two that were acutely aware of the fight starting anyways, so you're already a little bit more perceptive to the area versus these two who are just getting into it. You notice off the port side a ship in the distance with tattered sails that seems to be sailing directly towards you.
I think one way or another, this ship's going down.
What flag are they?
It's hard to tell right now. I
Just
mean, you're in the
far
middle.
off.
You're in the middle of a fight,
the
but
Black
you do see a ship coming head on that has like a tattered sail, like
Okay.
a sail with like holes and stuff in it. It is the captain's turn. They are going to turn. They need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
That is 19.
Okay. Do you want me to re-roll damage, or do you just want to take the 11
Let's just keep
again?
it the same, yeah.
Okay. So they would get 11.
Okay.
If yellow fails, they get 22. I gotta just remember how much it was. So, yeah, they saved, so.
Sorry. It seems that even though, like, you're used to people seeing, like, being able to kind of resist it versus it burn, it had no effect on her that round. It seems like she avoided it entirely.
Ooh. That's impressive.
Then it's going to, she's going to turn and again create these two, like, daggers out of energy and toss them at you. One's a natural 20,
You're
Okay.
a magnet for.
and the other's an 11.
Oh, I can't use a reaction.
You can't. And the other was an 11.
Okay, the 11 doesn't hit, so at least I got that going for me.
I have one dice back here that's trying to kill all you guys. It keeps
Yeah.
rolling high. 3. So,
I keep keeping
first
notes.
off, you're going to take
Yeah.
9 points of piercing damage from the dagger,
Okay.
followed by 18 points of force damage.
Okay. That's looking pretty hurt. That's not cool.
Yeah, the other attack was an 11, I think. Yeah, it missed. Sal'Mara, it is your turn.
Ooh, hooty hoo! And she like
I should
whips
say-
out a shadow blade and stalks forward.
The captain also does take the dodge action as a bonus action, just so you know.
Okay.
She immediately throws the dagger and then gets into like a very, you can tell, is a very defensive stance.
That's a bonus action.
For
Yeah.
that person it is.
Oh,
They can.
sick. Yeah.
A lot of rogues. Rogues can do it too.
Yeah.
pulls out that
City of Thieves.
sickly green shadow blade and
Yeah.
rolled a 22 to hit. As
Okay.
she does kind of, she doesn't do her twist through the air move, Darth Sidious style, but she does do a lunge repose into the fellow. She casted this at 4th level.
4th level?
Yep.
Okay. So, what'd you roll to hit?
I just rolled that now. 12 points. of whatever type of damage this is. Psychic damage.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say, what did you roll to hit?
22.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And then 12 points.
For green orc over there.
For green orc.
A very stocky individual.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the end of Sal's turn?
It is for now.
Okay. The first mate is going to make a light crossbow attack. Actually, Katie, if you can move it down the stairs, the one in yellow, move it down the stairs. It's going to make a crossbow attack against me.
They started their turn though, so they still need to make a wisdom throw.
Oh, yeah, of course. That is a fail, so it's going to be
They
22.
would take 22 points of damage.
Also taking this quick moment to shout out to all the viewers tonight, popping in and out.
They all came for the battle, and they're gonna see a battle. That's for sure.
Okay, the first mate takes the light crossbow attack against Manny. That is okay. That is only an 11 to hit.
Ooh, does not hit.
Okay. And that is the end of its turn. Okay. It's gonna move another 5 feet forward if you can move it up.
Who?
The one in yellow, just to get farther away from Phoenix's circle. And then Manny, it is your turn.
You heard hooty hoo.
Heard hooty hoo, and I'm in a wolf, so I'm just gonna like growl my best impersonation of
She like pats you with her off hand.
Are you next to me? Yeah, you are next to me. Yeah. Oh shit, there's a guy behind me coming up the stairs. There's these two people in front of me. I'm gonna drop concentration on the wall of fire.
Okay. You don't need to move those.
Okay.
The boat's on fire.
It's on fire now. Good.
Good.
Good. Exactly what I wanted. Well, you're standing next to me, correct?
Mm-hmm.
With my pack tactics from the person who's standing closest to us, I'm going to attack that person with a bite.
Advantage? Is that what happens?
It's a
Pack tactics?
Yep.
pack tactics. I have
You have
advantage on
advantage.
attacks if there's at least one
Yep.
ally next to me.
We're both technically animals.
Huh?
I'm
This
just
whole time
making
you just
genre.
said you're not a snake.
Well, this is outside of character.
Okay. Let's see. So,
She's still saying. He's saying.
19 to bite
That hits.
for 10 damage,
Okay.
piercing, and if they must make a strength saving throw or be knocked prone of 13.
That's a fail.
DC 13?
Prone.
They're knocked prone, baby. Baby. And I think that's all I can do. I don't want to run away or else I get walloped hard.
You are currently stuck between people. Can't go down the stairs, can't go forward because you are in the
Can't
staircase.
go
Like you're in the doorway. Or just outside of it, but...
Oh.
Well, I guess technically you could go to... what would be like east. Towards...
Away from that side.
Yeah.
What I
Starboard
want to
side.
do is, I want to say there's a way for the Circle of the Moon to heal themselves by expending a spell slot.
Yeah, you can.
Combat wall shape. Okay, I can use wall shape as a bonus action, and as my bonus action, I'm going to expend a spell slot to regain 1d8 per level. I'm going to expend a third level spell, so 3d8 heal myself.
Okay.
Which I don't know why I hadn't used that before. I forgot about it until last session. I read it. I was like, oh shit, I could be healing myself this whole time. I'm going to heal myself for 12 as I kind of shake off some of the hits that I took and being
The pack
inspired.
helped.
The pack,
Yeah.
knocking someone prone, the hooty hoo, that just inspired me to just kind of shake it off and be better for Sal.
Be better for Sal, exactly.
That's my turn.
So many good Taylor Swift quotes
Phoenix.
tonight. just so we know.
It is your turn.
Okay. For a bonus action, I am gonna cast Healing Word on myself. At 2nd level.
Okay. Before you do that,
Yeah.
nullify spell. The captain cancels it, and
Okay.
it doesn't go off.
Where's
I still
the
use
captain
my
at?
spell slot,
Huh?
right?
Where's the captain at?
By the helm.
Do
or
I
by the
sense
wheel.
the magic going on?
Oh, you can see it on the battlefield, yeah.
I'm gonna react and counterspell at 4th level.
It is not a spell.
Okay.
It is an innate magical ability.
Okay.
So you don't waste the spell slot,
Yeah.
but I will say, like, you can see it, but you can also tell that there's nothing you can actually do.
Okay.
Damn.
I waste the spell slot, though, right?
You do, yeah.
Okay.
That's brutal.
But I don't understand why. Is my
I mean,
assumption.
she immediately turns and goes, like, says some magical word, snaps her finger, and you feel like the spell fizzle out in your hand.
I'm going to toll the dead
Okay.
at her.
Cool.
So she has to make a Wisdom 18.
That is a 23.
Okay. Yeah. So nothing.
Okay. It is the creatures in green's turn. So the first one is going to stand up, and they're both going to make sword attacks against Manny, against the wolf.
Cool. Bring it.
So first one makes 3 Warhammer attacks.
Hammer time.
Is a 6. So 12 to
Nope.
hit, 18 to hit,
Yep.
23 to hit.
Yep.
Five, 12 points of bludgeoning damage from both attacks. And then,
Wisdom saving throw.
nope,
Oh.
you're immune to it.
I
It's,
am?
it's one of those, once you succeed it once, you're immune for
Oh, okay.
24 hours.
Cool.
3 more Warhammer attacks coming at you.
Good.
That is a 13,
Nope.
a 19,
Yep.
and a natural 20.
No.
Because it's been my. Oh no, I probably can't.
You can see it.
Okay.
It's 5, 10. Is it 30 feet though?
Yeah.
It's not within 30 feet.
Okay. Never mind then. I got nothing. Sorry,
Okay.
bud.
So first attack is going to deal you 7 points of bludgeoning damage, and then the natural 20 attack.
That takes me exactly out of wolf form. That
Okay.
7.
So first hit knocks you out of wolf form, like it, I don't know, smacks you and kind of revert. And you're like, huh, just in time to catch the next one right to the center of your chest. 16 points of bludgeoning damage.
16. Okay.
And they're both going to bonus action second wind and regain some hit points.
Time to start casting more fire spells.
Anyway,
Uh,
Anyways.
Anyways, I started blasting. The ones in the red character is going to take their turn, so
I've never
the
watched
ones
that show.
behind you, Manny,
Always sunny.
Yeah.
you're going to
Oh, yeah.
feel somebody come up with 2 short swords again and try and make 2 attacks against you.
They don't like you for setting their ship on fire.
That's 2 21s.
Yeah, that hits.
What?
Damn. I know. Go figure.
Oh, dare it.
So you're going to take 10 points of piercing damage,
Uh-huh.
followed by an additional 20 points of piercing damage from sneak attack.
Wow.
Second attack is going to deal you 5 points of piercing damage. And then it's going to bonus action take the dodge action.
Uh-huh. That
My
hurt.
little weenies.
The one that's up at the top with you, it takes.
Do another strength.
It doesn't do the strength save. I think it just takes d6 of damage, right?
It takes, but if it wants to get unrestrained,
Oh, yeah.
it can do another
Okay.
saving throw.
So roll your d6 for damage, and it's going to make 2 dagger attacks against you. 2. The highest attack was 17 to hit.
Yep.
Okay. The other one was 11. So. Oh wait, I have to roll that with disadvantage because he's restrained. Yeah. Okay. He makes that one. That is 8 points of piercing damage as he kind of gets you with the tip of the dagger, even though it seems like they're fighting the entanglement around him. And then the one next to you, Krista, is going to make 2 short sword attacks against you.
Okay, they have to do a wisdom
That's
save.
true.
And
Thank
I
you.
will reroll for this one.
Okay, that is a 15, 16.
16 fails.
Okay.
9, 17, 22 again. So 22 points
Okay.
of damage.
How tall is the crow's
Oh, it doesn't even get a turn. You hear as like somebody behind you is obviously about to swing and just immediately gets like burnt out from the flames, the radiant flames, and dies. So you can the red one at the very end.
The
You
red
can pull
one,
off the
Katie,
board.
can you take off?
Nope. At the
Tiny.
at the stern. Thank you.
You can just leave them over there.
All right. Top of the round. Everybody make perception checks for me.
This is so handy having everything.
electronic?
Oh, no.
Well, I've done electronic, but
11.
like either I'm running the computers, so I have it all right there, or I had to keep switching all the time on my phone. And it's nice just to keep the stream up so I can monitor.
Is that a 1 or is that? Oh, it's a 7.
Yeah,
I
it's
thought that was a
Okay.
1. So
What everybody roll for their perception check?
7 from Sal.
7,
23.
23.
16.
11.
Okay. You guys do notice that this entire thing is now engulfed in flames. The grate is like sunken in, and that wood's starting to carve in, which also has compromised
Katie.
the mast that you're at the top of.
Captain better do something about
Who
that.
rolled higher than a 15 on their perception check? These two. You guys, you now noticing the ship for the first time, you already knowing about it and kind of keeping, also facing the right direction, keeping an eye on it.
We saw the ships.
We knew it.
before.
The ship before.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You've seen it for the first time, you knowing about it. See a green mist emanating from the ship as it gets closer to your boat.
Shiitake
I'm
mushroom.
really trying to. Obviously, there's a lot going on.
Yeah,
but-
Manny, you wouldn't recognize this at all by
No,
any
it's
means.
first time seeing it,
You
yeah.
would.
Any flag?
No.
Okay. Still just looking out.
Does not sail. You can now tell it does not sail a flag.
Okay.
The ship is black in the way that it seems charred, but not in the way like old and like charred and unkempt wood, like somebody hasn't cleaned it in a long time. So there's grime all over it. Not that it's like painted black or anything.
Do I notice any of the other crewmen notice that ship?
No, nobody seems to really notice.
Okay.
Or pay much
I mean,
mind.
yeah, we're in the middle of a fight.
Swift, it is your turn. You feel the mast start to sink into the ship as it's starting to fall stern side towards the back end. You're the top of initiative, so I mean you can react to this however you want. And it is like you think by like within a couple seconds this thing's going to drive like downward into the boat and then fall sternward, I guess, towards the back end of the boat. It's already starting to like slant.
Do I know when it falls, will I be over the water? Or
Yes,
over the
you will be over the water.
Ooh, that's a good question.
Do I know if I have time to hit him one more
I'm a wizard,
time?
so I
or
have a
is
cantrip
it,
control
like,
flames.
I don't have
I
time
can
to hit
extinguish
him,
all the
otherwise
flames.
it's falling.
You
That's
by
a
the
handy
end
skill
of
to
this
have.
round,
Yeah.
it will fall, and if you're on it, you'll get launched down.
I'm just seeing if I can. Well, yeah, I can attack action and then bonus action. I think.
I guess I'll disengage and start crawling down.
Cool. I mean, you have time to hit him. I'm just saying that by the end of the round, you need to be down.
Okay, so I can hit him and then go down?
Yeah.
Push him. Push him off.
I really thought about it.
Is he ensnared?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna go down with the mast.
I know, that's why I was like, I don't think there's any point in throwing him off. I'll hit him then.
Okay. Roll an attack.
I got a 19 for the first hit. Nope, that's a lie. I got, a 19 for the first hit.
Alright, hits.
And a 26 for the second.
Both hit. You're attacking with the short sword, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, Colin, can you do me a favor and can you type in your address onto there? Buddy's got to come and pick up a key.
18 damage altogether.
Huh?
18 damage between the 2 hits.
Okay.
And then I'm going to start, falling down.
Okay. All right. It's the captain's turn.
Mm-hmm. She will start Wisdom 18.
Yes, thank you. It's a fail.
Okay, 22 points of damage or whatever happens to her.
Okay. It does take some damage, but just not a ton. Doesn't seem like it. You've noticed it doesn't seem like she takes full damage from these spells.
Yeah.
She is gonna make. Let's give her a perception check. Actually, you're gonna watch as she looks off to the side and goes kind of wide-eyed for a second as she notices the distant ship that you saw, and she's gonna turn and take a plunge and dive off the side of the ship. So you can pull her off the board. She dives
Wow.
over the side.
She's out of there. Man.
Okay. Sal'Mara, it is your turn.
I have the cantrip Control Flames.
Okay.
I am gonna do in the 5-foot origination right there that kind of corners everything. Extinguish flame with my Control Flames and just have it kind of suck out of existence. I know some things are gonna, but the core,
Yeah, I think it's what's the
5-foot cube.
5-foot cube. Cool. Pull one of those rings off.
Yeah.
Upper deck.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Cool. The wood is left obviously charred and not open flames and burning, but there's still plenty of fire around it.
Yeah. And then in the remaining 3 that are there, because it's not instantaneous, it is just another aspect of this spell. For those that do notice, I create a vague image of a dragon coming from the sky. So it looks like a shadow of a dragon is on the other side of this wall for
Okay.
everybody this side of it.
Inside the shadows, inside the flame.
Yeah, inside the flame,
Yeah.
it looks like something's flying vaguely the shape of a dragon. towards
Okay.
People.
Oh no. You got my grandpappy.
I don't know. I don't think I have. Is there a feat that allows you to cantrip and attack with a sword?
No.
No, I was trying to.
There is a part of the it's the caster fighter class Eldritch Knight.
Yeah.
That when you do the multi-attack thing, you can cantrip and melee sword.
Right.
type of
Okay.
thing.
I
I'm
knew
pretty
there
sure
was
that's what it
somewhere there,
is.
but I was like, I don't think it's a bonus. So that bit was basically my action.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. Other those reactions, bonus actions. And even though Shadow Blade is bonus action, that's just for casting it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that's all I got.
Okay. The first mate is going to kind of peer as if they're leaning over the side of the boat. Take a crossbow shot at you, Sal.
Okay.
That is... Wow, these are not been great. A 14 to hit.
I am going to shield
Fair enough.
at first level. A blip.
And it's gonna stay. It's probably gonna move another 5 feet forward. It's the one in yellow.
Okay.
And then
Towards this or?
yeah, towards you guys, away from the fire, essentially. Manny, it is your turn.
Okay, so at the start of my turn, the captain though, it looks like these people are still here. I'm going to cast. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use one of the prayer beads to heal myself.
I will be right back. You can roll for that.
Okay. (2d8 plus 3). 15. Cool.
I'm telling this. It's so stupid how much joy I'm finding. Oh, oh, look at mine, babe.
Wow. It's fancy.
You mark off that healing.
Yep. And then I'm going to bonus action. How beat up does Sal look to me?
Not even.
Not even. Okay.
She's untouchable. Thank you.
I'm gonna cast Hidden Step as my furball magic.
Mhm.
Make myself go invisible,
Okay.
and then stay right there. Also
And then
the-
stay right there.
Yeah. I also have the Cloak of Displacement, which at the start of my turn, it reactivates.
You gotta remind me of that more often.
If I take damage, it.
I know,
it
but
deactivates.
I get disadvantage on my attacks, and I haven't been doing that because.
Well, I don't get that when I'm an animal, but I
sorry.
took damage as a wolf and got knocked back into Manny. So
Yeah.
because I took damage,
Yep.
it doesn't come into effect. So
Fair.
at the start of my turn, it reapplies.
Yeah.
But I'm invisible, and also displaced with my hidden cloak, so
Yeah.
I'm super hard to hit. And that's my turn.
Cool. Phoenix.
Captain is gone. I am going to now confidently cast bonus action healing word. 2nd level.
Okay.
2d4. 10 points of healing. 10 points of healing is still 10 points of healing.
Okay.
And then
You, by the way, you can see that you are in line with the mast that seems to be creeping towards you as it's sinking.
Oh.
Like it's sinking in and it's starting to fall directly towards you.
Okay.
And you can see,
That's why
almost
I-
in line with your vision, you can see Swift has like come down, is like halfway down the mast, holding on by claws.
Are these 5 or 10?
5. Cool.
25, 30.
Okay.
You would have probably seen me extinguish flame too, or at least some of the flame just
Yeah.
instantaneously.
Can I now see the other guy up with Swift?
Yeah, I mean, you could see him up top.
Okay.
He seems to be mildly entangled.
Will cast Toll the Dead on him.
Okay. Well, what's the range? Because it's more than 30 feet up in the
It's
air.
60 feet.
Okay, yeah.
Wisdom 18.
Okay. That is a 19, natural 19.
Okay, never mind that. Nothing happens. Man.
Okay. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah.
The 2 green ones, they're going to make... one of them's going to make 3 melee attacks against Sal. All misses. Those are all terrible. The other one
Pling.
is
Pling! Pling!
going to make its rolls at disadvantage against what it hopes is Manny in there. That is a 15 to hit.
That matches my AC.
That hits. It's going to be 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. And then
5 points. Sorry,
5 points.
bludgeoning damage.
That removes my invisibility and my cloak of
Both?
displacement.
Okay. So second attack is straight roll.
Yep.
That one is a 22 to hit.
That hits.
Another 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And then there's going to be 2 swift short sword attacks against your back.
Cool.
First one is a 8, the other one is a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. D6. 10 points of
I am.
piercing damage,
Okay.
followed by
Is it sneak attack? Fuck.
you're in melee with an ally 12 points of sneak attack damage. So piercing.
I'm looking hurt.
The one at the top of the mast who currently can't move is going to try and untangle themselves. And that's a strength roll of what?
13.
They fail. They're like, ah, shit, as they feel the mast starting to creak over, and they're like, trying to like break out. You can hear her like, kind of like squirming up there.
Freaking out.
You guys ever watch Who Killed Roger Rabbit? It's like
Yep.
the bad guy at the end melting in the acid.
Oh yeah.
That is the end of the round. Top of the round, everyone can make perception checks for me, except for Swift. I want you to make an acrobatics check.
Oh wait, I don't know why I was doing that.
23
with the
good.
advantage I had.
I bet I'm good. 16 plus 3, 19.
19?
15.
Okay. 23, 15,
12.
12. Okay. So you two notice it. The ship is like almost right on top of you, and there's green fog starting to come up over the side of the ship as this ship is now really close to you. And at this point, you see it. You don't notice quite the fog creeping over the edge. It wouldn't even be familiar fog, but you do see this black ship sailing like right at you guys, like side on. You guys watch as the mast like sinks in about 10 feet into the ship and starts to fall backwards towards the back end of the ship. Swift, you're able to dismount, and that's going to land you on the right side upper level. Yeah, right there. And the 2 middle rows, the 2 middle lines all the way back is this mass that just like crashed through the back end of the ship here. And you hear as somebody gets launched off the back end of the mast. And currently being entangled, they are unable to swim and just start
He's
sinking.
waving.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, you might be able to see it a little bit as somebody like doesn't just fall off, but like gets launched like a catapult out into the water and just immediately starts sinking in the water because they can't move their body. Swift, it is your turn.
Help.
Did the other pirates react to the
Okay,
ship?
this boat has to be coming for us because you don't know it, but I thought it was only the other way that ships disappeared.
I've got no knowledge of this.
I don't know what you
You
just
have
tried to say.
you have one individual who has no idea what this is.
One
you have
that has
another individual
amnesia.
who does have was not with you when you got captured, but instead you found already on the ship at the
Yeah?
beginning.
Can I use my longbow?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can we go for that one?
Yeah.
Oh. I forgot. These guys, I mean, not that it matters right now. It'll matter during their turn. Technically, my guardians would have hit them.
Yes. You can pull the red one off the middle of the boat. That guy got launched to the sea.
And I'm gonna cast Slayer's Prey on them.
Oh, what happened to the guy below deck?
He's still right there. He's in the staircase.
He's stabbing me in the back.
Oh, is he?
Sneak
Oh,
attacks.
okay.
Yeah.
He's
By the way, you can tell now that while the fire hasn't necessarily spread on the upper deck because it's now collapsed inward and like pushed it back down so it doesn't have room to spread, you can start to see that there is red light creaking through the floorboards.
That's what I'm trying to
all of
extinguish.
the
Is the base of it.
Yeah, I mean, you can't see it because it's on the lower deck, but like you can see the red through the floorboards beneath where everybody's standing, and in fact, the well, I guess that dinghy in the middle isn't. It's not a grate that goes down, but like you can see that somewhere below deck, the fire has spread much farther.
Is that the only like lifeboat available?
Appears so.
My first shot was a natural one.
Yeah, I mean, nothing. He totally.
He's
whiffed.
nicer than I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My second one was a 13 to hit.
I know fire isn't
On the green one, that
when
misses.
people roll one and next
Cool.
enemy
And
close to an
that's all I
ally,
do.
or shoot an ally.
I punish natural ones for
I like
skill
the fumble
checks.
chart. That's my
Skill-
favorite
I do it
thing.
for skill checks.
Yeah.
I don't really do it for combat
Yeah.
as much.
No, I'm not saying
I mean,
it's...
technically,
I like
a
that there's
natural one would
differences.
still be a
Yeah, there's
12.
no wrong way to do it.
Oh my god.
But,
And actually, we played
That's obnoxious.
pretty damn simple.
I mean, I
but I
have-
also did my
games
minus
pretty damn
5.
simple.
I have no
so
room
it
to
wouldn't have been 12.
complain. I mean,
made the
Serpent is
roll
the
off on
same.
D6.
Well, I did my
Never roll
minus
off.
5,
I'm
so
like,
technically it wouldn't be 12. It
I
would
want to
be
roll off.
7.
Like,
but-
D6 versus D6.
All right.
That's my turn. That's all I can do.
At the end of your turn, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw for
I got
me.
that from another DM in town.
It works. I like it when we tie.
Saving throw?
Saving throw.
Shout out to Sean if you ever watch this. That's where I got that idea from.
14.
Let's go, Sean.
You miss both shots, and you realize it's not not necessarily because you had bad aim or like just got thrown off, but you feel this like wave of lethargy as your eyes close, and just as you feel your body hitting the floor, and you fall asleep.
Uh-oh. Next to the flames.
Just asleep.
She's taking a cat nap.
Selena.
Give me 1 second, because I want to mark that. Okay, Sal is going to try and reach for another core down below decks and try and just snuff it out from just seeing where the flames are from above and just extinguish another section of the flame. He doesn't actually want a hole in the bottom of the ship. So she's using her resources to...
Yeah, I mean you're able to
I
snuff out
imagine-
another 5-foot section of flame.
Yeah, I imagine it as like, you remember... I know this isn't the greatest way to explain it, but remember Dumbledore and the lampposts?
Yeah.
And he'd like
Oh.
flick...
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
I love it.
Okay.
Put outer.
Yeah, I mean you're able to put out another one of those core elements from there. Yeah.
The orange seems more violent, so that's why I grabbed
There we go. Perfect.
Take it, twirl it.
As a bonus action, can I speak to the two attackers in front of me?
Sure. Free action.
Free action.
Yeah, I
Um,
do a social action
Yeah.
you can use.
Not that you care, but you got visitors.
They mostly don't really look off. One of them kind of looks over and does this like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I was trying to get out of them. And that's turn for Sal.
Okay, make a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution saving throw. I actually think one of my feats now gives me... Yeah, I have advantage on that one, I think. So that's first. Dirty 20.
Okay, you're fighting off, kind of like when you're like really, really sleepy and you're fighting off to stay awake because you got to do something. It's that you're pushing back against it, but you can feel a wave of lethargy, but you're still awake. The one in the yellow is going to take their turn. Spiritual weapon or spiritual guardians.
Or spiritual guardians, yeah.
This feels like when the magical dice in the sky rolled a natural one last night.
That's an 11.
That's
No,
all she
sorry.
plays to.
Yeah, 11.
They only have
Very
It's like Matt
rare.
Coughlin and
15
the dice
points of
that
damage just
rumble in his head.
Okay.
Not familiar.
Okay. He starts saying that all
Again,
the time.
Selena, another crossbow bolt flies to you.
Ha!
That one's a natural 1, so they can't touch you.
I reflect it
Seems
back
like-
to him.
Okay. You watch as they go to fire the bolt. You don't. I guess you wouldn't probably see it, but Phoenix would see it. You see them lean over to fire and like fire a bolt at the same time, like and, like fall over prone as they seem to be like out cold, like sleeping. Manny, it is your turn.
Oof. So the Cloak of Displacement reactivates. I'm going to cast another bead of Cure Wounds. Heal for 2d8 plus 3. Oh, shoot. 2d8. Plus 3, so I heal myself for 8. I'm gonna then. So it's action, bonus action, wild shape into a giant constrictor snake,
Okay.
and then try to slither away.
All right. Yeah, I mean the only way you can go is
Like
that way.
This way, yeah.
Yeah. They're all going to take attacks of opportunity against you.
Okay.
So first one with the Warhammer is a miss.
My AC is a 12 as
Okay.
a snake.
That's fine. It was an 8. Second one hits.
Yeah, those weak ass snakes.
For
They have a lot of health. They're just
Yeah.
easy to hit.
11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And that next one catches you with a short sword for 8 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
And then you're able to move.
Sweet. I'm gonna move away to over here. I should have attacked and then moved. I'm there.
Okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. Make a Constitution saving throw. This is not for concentration, so you don't get advantage from Warcaster.
Okay.
So you know.
Yeah, I'm just saying that with my snake's Constitution saving throw versus Manny's.
Oh yeah.
I should have.
Do you use? Yeah, you use your wild shapes.
As I'm that animal or
Okay.
animal, I would use it. I think.
I don't know.
Bad. 5.
Yeah, you slither away, and as you're slithering, you slow down.
I'm a sleepy snake.
I'm a sleepy little sleepy
Sneaky little
snake.
snake.
Slithery little sleepy snake. Phoenix.
Knowing that the ship is there, and I see Swift,
I should use my inspiration.
I'm gonna go over to Swift and sit with her.
Cool. Make an athletics check because you're going to be jumping over a mast that has flames creeping up
Oh,
it.
yeah.
I'm
Athletics.
unconscious.
Yep.
Right? Okay, I'm back to Manny form.
Okay.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
Hey, Eric.
18! Oh, I'm so surprised that freaking worked. I only have like a 1.
Huh?
18.
For your Constitution check?
Or for athletics.
Oh, for athletics. Yeah, no, you were able to like hop over it and kind of roll in a way that avoids, like, you smother the flames that you're crossing, and so it doesn't like catch you or burn you or anything, and you end up on
Okay.
the other side.
And then essentially I'm gonna pray and say, I'm ready, I'm here. And I will automatically fail.
Okay. Choose to fail. I like it. You're prone. You can knock the yellow one prone too. Sal'Mara, still the only one conscious left. You watch as one of the enforcers just turns at the boat and is like, "What the fuck?" and doesn't do anything. The other one turns and makes 3 attacks against you.
Really?
That is a
You're not looking at the ship?
10 to hit? Only one of them actually like looked and
Yeah,
saw
I
the
know.
other ship.
And as they're swinging at me, I kind of
Okay.
sidestep and dodge that 10.
16 to hit?
I shield the second one.
Okay, 19 on the other one.
That is my armor class.
That hits. Okay. You're going to take 13 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And you also watch as somebody comes running out from the staircase just to below you, like below and to the left, comes running out on fire, just like and then they like run out into the fog and immediately like trip over themselves and land on the ground. And you watch all three of them pass out asleep at the ends of their turns. The red one, you're not sure if they're sleeping or dead, but their body's on fire.
Either's
It seems that
favorable to
it
me.
does seem, though, however, the smoke, as it's this green fog, is enveloping the ship, is actually smothering the flames, as if the flames don't have like oxygen to breathe.
Oh, nice.
You catch it at the beginning of your turn, and you have an action if you want to use it for anything.
Okay.
Um,
I don't have anything fancy that's going to shield me from this. I've checked. Like,
Yeah.
just a high Constitution modifier.
You see the ship. No one else is asleep. Everyone else is asleep on here. You see the ship now coming up adjacent sides, like right there where it's almost going to touch, as the front end of the ship unhinges like a maw and starts to like climb as if it's about to consume the ship you're on, as like the wood splinters apart like a mouth. And just as you see that, roll a Constitution save for me.
Natural 20.
You're kidding me.
No.
Yeah.
You can check the chat if you want to.
Okay. No, I trust you, man. I didn't think anybody would actually make it through.
I was like, if I need a natural 20 right now, just to throw
by
some
the way,
loop in his...
DC was like 30,
Yeah,
so
I was
natural
gonna
20
say-
is the only...
for
You
roleplay.
watch as
Let me get to my note.
tendrils reach out from this black maw and immediately snag every single person, including you, as it like wraps around you. It looks like wood, but it moves like cloth almost. It flows, wraps every single body, and yanks them into this blackness ahead. And as you're like getting pulled in by this essentially wood-looking rope, you see the back end of this ship maw clamp down on the ship. And as you're pulled in, you're immediately like thrown into a room, kind of rolled across, and pulled against a wall. And you have your eyes open the whole time. Like you catch the glimpse of it. You got pulled into a wooden room where the wall closes behind you.
Okay.
There is metal grates on one side like a jail cell door. There's manacles on the wall around. And all of your unconscious party members, including 4 of the unconscious enemies ships, the 4 that were unconscious of the enemy ship are currently like, the manacles reach down, grab their arms, and pull them against the wall, so they're manacled. And your 3 party members, and you are unmanacled inside this jail cell room.
I was going to say, if it feels ephemeral, that was not an easy sentence to string together.
Tongue twister.
And there was manacles happening, I was going to ask if it was like something that I can
And the campaign
pull out
starts
of.
all over, and here we go
Yeah,
from
like
the beginning.
amnesia.
It was not included in the stream, but for those for viewers out there, in our first session, our players were sailing to Spey for the first time from Domum. When their ship was enveloped in a green fog, they fell asleep, and nobody saw anything, but they woke up in the jail cell of a dark, burnt, ragged ship that was in disrepair. They were manacled to a wall amongst the other crew of the ship that they were sailing on, except for one extra passenger, who was a female
Who came
with
out of nowhere.
green, paly skin, which is now Sal'Mara. They are now in the very familiar jail cell, this time unmanacled, with 4 enemies that are manacled around them.
I'm the only one awake, correct?
You are currently the only one awake, and we're going to take a break. You guys are on the ship. I will allow Sal'Mara a round or 2 of preparation if you wanted to do anything before your companions wake up.
No, actually,
She just draws mustaches on all of it.
Just doesn't go by and cut the throats of all of the...
Oh, it crossed my mind.
Yeah.
But no, I'd go over and nudge Manny in the thigh
Yeah.
a couple times.
Do I need to make a...
Yeah, you wake up. No.
Okay, cool.
And then I'd walk over to these two and
Where are we?
I'd like push over Swift, just like
Yeah.
so she'd like go from sitting to. Hopefully, the motion of falling wakes her up.
Manny, you don't recognize this place. Phoenix and Swift, you immediately recognize it, and you understand it. Like, you recognize it, and you have the flashbacks of multiple times being chained to the wall and watching a group of adventurers look at you in disgust and leave you there to starve and die. And you recall the time that the two individuals here, along with two other that have since departed the company, woke you up and chose to free you and brought you with.
Yeah.
Now it's come full circle to you waking them up in the same room.
Not in chains this time.
Hey, thanks for waking us up.
Oh yeah, I saw it all happen.
Was it cool? Did a goddess do it?
Oh, where are we? What is this place? We were on a burning ship.
He got swallowed by a dragon.
We didn't
Is
get
this-
swallowed by a dragon.
Is this hell?
Not
Oh my
true.
god.
We're on a ghost
Grandpa,
ship.
are you here?
It was a green
Grandpa?
dragon.
Grandpa? It was a what kind of dragon?
Green.
Green
She's
dragon.
Lying. She's lying.
It doesn't look very green in here. Oh.
Looks particularly dark gray.
Yeah, you sure it wasn't a black dragon?
You don't remember the green smoke before you fell asleep?
I do remember a little bit of a green smoke and then passing out.
That's what it does. That's how it gets its victims. Puts them to sleep.
How did you wake up?
Oh, I'm too smart for it.
Oh,
I didn't go to sleep.
even as a novice?
I'm more than a novice. Trust me.
Well, that's impressive. How come they're manacled and we're not? Looking at the wall.
I'm
They're
pretty
newbies.
sure our goddess, my god, brought me here. That's why.
Do you know what your god looks like?
Awesome.
Our God
is-
is an awesome God, Eve.
There's the good Catholic in him.
No, it just
No.
gets constantly played at the bar while I bartend.
What?
Yeah, it's kind of a running joke at the Totem where people during like Friday nights when it's most popular will play "Our God is an Awesome God" on the radio.
That's so funny.
Oh, one time I got tipped $40 to skip it.
Damn.
Even
Then I
better.
told my friends you got to play it more
You
often.
play more often, yeah, right?
That's
Like, two people were like, "I'll tip you $20 if you skip." Or like, "I'll tip you $10 if you skip it." And I was like, "Somebody paid like $2 to play the song, man." And they're like, "I'll tip you 20." And I'm like, "Deal."
Deal.
Skip. They give me 20. I walk over. Somebody else goes, "Thank you for skipping," and hands me another 20. And I was like, "Oh man."
I'll come by and play that more often for you.
I think it's really funny that that's like the piss
bar
off
song,
song of
yeah.
the bar.
It's Phil that does it all the time.
It's a Phil that plays it?
Phil plays it all, dude, because you can play it from anywhere in the world with the
touch
things.
tunes, yeah.
So when he knows I'm
You've got to be kidding
When
me.
I- when
That
he-
is a sneaky bastard.
when he knows
move.
that I'm bartending, he's in like South Carolina playing the song, and I'm like, "God damn it, who played it?" And I'll get a Facebook message or a text from Phil just going like,
Winky face.
"Yeah,
or-
like just some like teasy text or something." God damn it.
That's hilarious.
10 points for Phil. That's some sneaky shit.
No, I'm being serious. I know you're all excited, but what does your god look like?
No clue. But
How do you follow something that you don't even know what it looks like?
Well, how do you follow something? What?
I don't believe in them. They're just people that got really strong at some point, just learned some arcane knowledge. There's nothing to them.
There is.
I
Because
could.
not only,
It's
Do
achievable
they
by
have
any
it?
of us.
but
It's achievable by any of us.
she gave those powers to me. You
I
can't
could give powers
her-
to Manny.
No, you can't.
You haven't given me powers once.
How do you give powers to
I
Manny?
could let you control one of my minions.
Okay, that's not a power.
I'm
Yep.
saying
I'm
it
not
is
a minion.
achievable though.
But I'm saying a god has the ability to change fates.
I could get there. I'm changing your fate already. I'm not manacled this time. You guys were asleep this time, and
I'm
I
not
woke you up.
manacled.
Look at that. Who did that? Me.
Weren't we supposed to trust you to get on that boat
Yeah,
to begin
and
with?
this is where it brought us. How awesome is this?
I almost
We
died.
now get to learn what this ship is. This is exactly what we
Do you
wanted
want me
to know
to
from the very beginning. I
No.
think. Oh wait, Can one of you pick locks? Because there was a door that we couldn't
You
get
wanna know
into the last
something?
time. What?
The ship ate us.
Which is awesome!
Well, you said it was a dragon.
Dragon ship, same difference.
But
We're in
big
different.
difference.
We're on a couple chapters ahead now, Manny. Gotta keep up.
We're not dead. We're not chained.
Why are you so excited?
Because
I don't like this.
Why are you not
I'm
excited?
gonna walk away now.
You do have mostly bad memories of this place.
Yeah, I walk away and like just head straight up to deck.
She's never talked to us about that, so we have no clue.
The metal gate swings open. It wasn't
Yeah.
locked.
I didn't think it would be.
Y'all been here before?
I'm gone.
What kind of ship is this?
It's a
A
ghost
dragon.
ship. But it's not a ghost ship because I can't remember. It's like a creature. Like a giant creature. But Sal was here and chained for a while. I could see how maybe she's not excited to be back, but this is an answer to prayer.
What kind of creature is this ship?
I don't know.
A dragon?
I don't know. I don't even know why we're here, in all honesty. I mean, there has to be a reason.
Hearing that, I kind of want to cast Speak with Animals. See if I can talk with the ship.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that's going to sound. I'm just going to try like mouse, shark, tiger, liger. Nothing. Okay, I figured I was going to just try the range of languages.
Let's go see, because like I said, last time we were here, there was like a drawer that we couldn't get into. It was like a captain's quarter, right?
Yeah.
Let's go look there first. But also, I think we might need to find a way for Sal to get off the ship fairly soon.
Well, I'm not feeling great at all. I'm going to expend probably 2 more charges of the terror beads to heal myself.
Yeah. You guys leave the 4 individuals just chained to the wall? Cool.
They were trying to kill us. We can wait until we know what's happening.
Yeah.
Are they awake?
No.
Okay.
Then yeah, we definitely. Until we know what's happening.
Heading to the upper deck.
Wait, I also probably
Yeah,
would like
can I
some.
cast Cure Wounds on myself?
Yep, absolutely. You guys have infinite actions. Like, you can cast spells, whatever. Just do it. You don't have to tell me what you roll or anything.
Okay. Yes.
You guys head to the upper deck. Something you notice is, in comparison to last time the 3 of you were here, the ship is not nearly as damaged. In fact, there's some sections that seem clean. The holes on the bottom floor have all been patched that were previously exposing it so you could see the open sea from inside. The ship, there's still holes in the sails, but they seem like as if they've started to mend. The ship, for the most part, doesn't seem overly damaged. There still seems to be a lot of, like, maybe char in sections and darkened areas, and it seems unclean. But overall, the ship actually seems to be in much better condition than what you guys remember it last. A few months ago. It would have been about 4 months ago.
Sal, did you find anything?
What's there to find?
Well, there was a door that was locked. A captain's quarters door.
Have you magically turned into a barbarian?
No.
Yeah, going to the top deck, same door is still there.
Is it locked?
Jay Follow, I think, is responding to your song in the bar, and he says, "We do the same, but it's Dolly Parton 9 to 5."
Oh my goodness.
That's a good one.
Working 9 to 5.
That's such a good song though. Like it's a vibe. Like there are definitely
That's
days where I'm
funny.
like, I will listen to that
When
whole
we
song.
did the musical, like
Yeah.
the whole every weekend that song was playing.
It's a great musical.
I mean,
All I think is Shark Tales. With Will Smith.
And a long time
Where he
since
plays a
I've
fish.
never seen it yet. I
Working
know the
9
movie.
to 5. Yeah.
Any crew on board?
No.
Ooh.
In
It
fact,
is a ghost ship.
I will say actually, because you guys would see this, and give me a second to transition this. You guys are moving at like Mach 9 away from Port Novus. You see Hornhill on your guys's on your right, you guys are heading out into the frigid sea currently, and like you are moving than any ship faster than any ship you have ever seen.
You said it was moving at Mach 9?
It was an exaggeration, but I just mean like
Almost 7,000 miles per hour.
yeah. No, it seems like you are like flying through this ocean faster than you have ever seen any ship move. And you can see in the distance some swirling fog cloud miles and miles ahead that you seem to be beelining it towards up here.
This ship, when we were on it last, it only went and only got ships from a different direction, and it only was in that water. This is a change.
I'm still unimpressed. I don't know what you are expecting.
I don't know, but what else are we gonna do? I'm gonna
Die?
go and knock on the door.
The door opens.
I'm gonna go in.
Okay.
I follow.
Entering the room, it seems like a bare bones captain's quarters. There is a center desk that faces the door with a like very reddish felt chair on the other side. There is a chest on the far wall, and there are two large pane windows that extend vertically that aren't that wide, but two vertical like ceiling to floor windows that you can look out over the back of the ship. And you can see in the distance behind there is the remains of some floating wood debris, but it is like a couple of boards out there in the water. It looks nothing like a sunken ship. There's no windows on the right or left. There's a glass cabinet on the right, but it's empty. And other than that, I mean, there's nothing on the desk. The two of you are inside. What are the you two doing?
I'm gonna follow inside.
You are inside? No, Sal'Mara.
Reluctantly.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line.
Well, not crouching. just like,
Dumping.
yeah, after following her.
I
into-
love pink.
After following her into a trap that was the other pirate ship, I'm just gonna like
It's what
you
we
know,
were supposed to
obviously
do.
scan the room
Yeah.
and walk on in.
Very
and
bare bones.
just okay.
I go back down towards the fore.
Hmm?
I go back down towards the fore
For sure.
and like take my wand and like run it across the bars. Try to wake them up without entering.
Nothing.
That's interesting. Can I try their jail door or jail door?
You guys were in the same cell. You're in the same room
same
together.
cell. Okay, push right back in. I go by the smallest looking one that's chained and just full on whap.
Nothing.
Is
They
it
don't
the
wake up.
handprint?
They got a big red mark across their cheek.
Wow.
Nail scratching.
I kept them, you know.
You're not doing that.
No.
You watch as a little bit of purple goo left over seems to seep in their skin, and you watch as it like corrodes into the veins of their cheek.
Oh, that poison, yeah, or the toxin.
Oh,
Some of the war paint that was on you.
Yeah. Well, they're not waking up.
Are there any drawers on the desk?
Yeah.
I'd like to go open the drawers.
Okay. Seem empty.
Can I look for any like false compartments?
Sure.
Would you like me to roll anything?
Mm-hmm. Roll a investigation check.
I want to help her. So if I can give her advantage on that check.
Yeah,
I just wanna,
absolutely.
Like, where she's looking, I'm just gonna like not double up, but like
Leaning over her shoulder.
yeah, just like oh, you didn't check there.
This is 11. So I'm like, I don't know. Maybe there's nothing here. Can I take a look? Of course you can.
Sure.
And I like continue. I'm gonna go look around other things
Okay.
too, for like trapdoors or secret
I-
passages.
Or Sal is going to go look for the machinations or the ropes controlling the rudder.
Okay. You can go and find it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no rope that connects the rudder handle to the rudder. It's just like, it looks like as if you looked at it from a distance, you'd be like, oh, this is the rudder handle. But when you get up in close examination, you're like, this doesn't control the ship. It doesn't do anything.
Slowly
You
building
rolled an
my
18.
artificer backstory into.
Just as you're about to
Sal
give
goes to
up,
class.
you're like, I don't think there's a false bottom. She was right.
So one level
Just as you're about to walk away,
I
and
think
as
it's
you
like
release your hand, you feel a shift in the
Could be
wood.
150.
Like it's like that wasn't
Seriously?
there a
Yeah.
second ago, but
Uh,
now it is. And as you
Battle
lift
Master
up
and
the
Wizard,
wood,
and I basically make a Jedi
burnt
or
into
Sith,
the false bottom of this drawer,
Battle Master.
says
because then I can wear heavy armor
Oh, yeah.
without disadvantages.
Everyone.
I can still spell sling super
Just
high.
everyone?
just as everyone.
Everyone.
Yeah. What's up, Swifty?
I'm not there. I'm not blue.
It just says everyone.
What says everyone?
It's burnt in the wood here. I don't
Did
know.
Sal do that? I know I saw her do some graffiti elsewhere. On her handwriting?
I don't think so.
If you were on the ship before, did everyone have any meaning?
Maybe everyone come here.
I'm gonna yell to Sal. Sal, we're having a group meeting.
I go back to rummaging, see if there's any boxes to kick over.
Stop torturing the people who are chained up and get your butt up here.
Manny, I think you might have to go get her. She doesn't listen to anybody but you.
Well, she barely listens to me, but
It's only because you promised her your skeleton.
Oh, yeah. I'll try to get her.
Oh,
I'll
you done it.
go down and like, what are you looking for?
We're in a beast, right?
I tried speaking with it. It's not really an animal.
Well, not. I mean, whatever. We'll continue moving on with the conversation. See this? See how there's not a rope coming from the shaft right here? Should be leading down from the wheel that, you spin, turns the ship.
Yeah,
Okay.
like a steering wheel. You turn it, ship
Yeah.
goes that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you know about steering wheels?
It's a circle. Circles determine where you go. You spin it, you turn that way.
Okay.
Right goes
I
right,
will
left
give
goes
you.
left.
I will give you a brownie point for knowing what a wheel is. Good job. Coming
we're,
from
we're
a mud.
meeting upstairs. They found something that said everyone.
And that sounds like a good idea.
You got a better one?
We could just die.
Okay, that sounds like the worst idea. So let's go up and get everyone together.
Well, just think, your nephew will be talking about his great uncle Manny that just disappeared on a ghost ship.
Oh no, they just know I'm taking a nature walk.
Oh, disappeared on a nature walk, even better.
It happens, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll leave for months, come back.
okay.
So your better idea is to just die?
Yeah.
That's the worst idea. No wonder you're a novice. Let's meet up with everyone. Come on.
I will come upstairs in a little bit. I'm going to poke around down here.
Okay. I'll go back upstairs and wait with everyone.
I am going to look for boxes. I'm also going to check the inventory of the 4 pirates and disarm them.
Okay.
Oh, did they have any gambling gold?
I'm going to check for scrolls.
Yeah. You
Medical
find
items.
2 warhammers. You find a light crossbow, a dagger, a few daggers, 2 short swords. You find a. Sorry. You find a vial of purple worm poison. And in total, you find about 60 gold.
That's not a lot. They did gamble away their life.
Gold's actually worth a decent amount, and most people don't have a ton on them.
It's not platinum, but it's something.
Yeah.
But we're on a book called The Squalor. Or we're...
When you add purple worm poison, go ahead and add 3 uses to it, or just
Okay.
put that in the notes of it.
Should add up to your
doses.
skin toxin.
I don't. If I was a monk, I might unarmed strike more, but. Okay, you're not gonna play with the window. Yep.
Doing a little bit of like retroactive thinking. That wisdom saving throw, did I have like a feeling of what I was saving against? Like was
Fear.
Okay, just being
They're just
afraid.
like so brutal with their attacks that you get the idea that sometimes when people are attacked by them, they're just frightened by the experience.
Gotcha. Okay, so I was just trying to overcome being afraid.
Is there
Yeah, it was not like a magical experience by any means, or like a magical thing.
Okay.
any other notable thing that Sal could find here in the bottom of the ship?
No.
Nothing worth rolling for. Okay.
The food that's in these crates still looks old and moldy, but not like the ash and cobwebs that you saw last time where it's like so decayed, it's like white ash.
Yeah.
But now it's like, instead looks like moldy food.
Well, it doesn't look like good food anyways because it's Sal. She'd head up, see the door open, think about the word, and just
We're in here, Sal.
edge closer to the door, but not walk in. Okay, I'm here.
Can you go through the doorway?
Why?
Because I think that's what's supposed to happen.
That's your
Do
whole
you
reason.
have another? Do you
That's
have
your whole
another
reason?
solution?
We could just, take a nap.
Do you want to come look at this writing that's on the desk?
It says everyone, right?
Well, how do you know? It could say something else that you
Manny, my
know.
spy
Maybe
master.
It has runes.
I'm
Maybe
just
there's
spy
more.
master. It could say different things to different people.
You ever heard about the tale of Admiral Akbar?
No.
Well, it's a trap. So,
What boat was he on? It was Admiral.
the home one.
The home ship?
Please, just come in here.
I will come in as long as, if it turns out to be a trap, you all say, you were right, Sal.
No problem.
You were right, Sal.
Okay. I step foot in.
The door slams shut behind you.
You were right, Sal.
Am I required to help you all? Like,
I
now
just,
that you got us into this?
I just
Can I just
think-
help myself?
I think it's gonna be a good thing.
A good thing.
Yes.
You
Good thing.
hear a crackling, as if, like the cracking of a thin layer of ice, and you watch as the two back windows, the only things that are emitting light into your guys' room, seems to be frosted over from the exterior, as if like ice was crackling over it and it was instantly freezing, to the point that it blurs all vision behind it, and instead you end up with this like
Star Wars
This
jokes
dead
for
tea.
Luke.
no, I got some
Dead GM.
down the lungs.
Pulling a knee. Usually that's me that's coughing out the storm.
Sorry. The windows frost over, and it blocks all vision, so you end up with this blurred, kind of like palish white-blue light that comes through, that's coming from the moon beyond. And the color of that light slowly shifts from a pale blue to a deep, deep red.
Oh.
What seems like shadow,
Maybe a-
thickened energies of like shadow clouds emanating from the corners of this room, but not covering the room, but instead just blurring the walls. You hear a warm voice in all of your heads. It's been some time since I saw all of you, and it's good to see you again, my daughter,
Hi.
my worshipper. I believe I owe you all an introduction. But I don't have a name anymore. A long time ago, I went by the name Imutatio. I have since lost it, and so you may call me what you like. I've been watching you all for some time. And I'm glad to see that you are growing in power. You are, I believe, where you need to be for me to finally reveal you some truth of this world. If you wouldn't mind, tell me what knowledge you have of the history of this continent and the world that we live in. I can narrate it for you guys, but this is the history that you guys learned while you were in
With Smith.
Faerun, with Smith in Faerun,
Yeah.
in the worship center Coliseum with the glass windows that he told you. So
Yeah.
this is for the viewers as well as for you guys. I'm going to repeat what you guys know already.
Real quick, 99% of what I say is just my swamp town.
Nice.
My
Perfect.
favorite log, my favorite
Yeah.
mud pit, just 99% of just like
Excellent.
that's my world.
Sal's gonna let everybody else speak before she does.
And we'll fill in what Smith said, but we'll also start talking about, like, especially what happened in Nyx
Yeah.
and what we think about
Okay.
that.
So I'm going to start with the history that you guys are aware of to the history of this continent. During the twilight hours of the world, the first being stepped forward. He was made of the same shadow that covered this world. There, in a world of his likeness, he began crafting his children. Though every child shared a likeness to him in shape, they were not made from the shadow as he was. Each one perished over time. And so Visigoth began looking to create a world for his kin. He climbed out of the shadow and discovered a distant sun. By combining light with shadow, he created the moon and used its matter to form land. There on the first continent, Visigoth, known as the father of all beings, began crafting his children to his own likeness, but made from the natural materials of the world. Now known as the two elder dragons, Tiamat and Bahamut created their own dragon offspring based on their likeness, chromatic and metallic. With his children thriving, Visigoth left to form new worlds with new offspring. As he traveled, he learned of distant planes. He traveled to each one, creating offspring based on the environment of that plane. With newfound ideas and resources, he returned to his home plane to expand on the races of his family. It was then that he discovered a continent at war. Tiamat had turned on Bahamut, and following them were their respective children. In order to end this war of dragons, he created 6 children: Clyphus, Adafix, Imutatio, Imperium, Umbra, and Visas.
Can you repeat those in a second?
This is all written down in the D&D
Okay.
Beyond notes,
Sweet.
and has been written down for the last 2 months. So if you guys wanted to read along, you could open up the campaign on D&D Beyond.
I like listening to you read to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, I'm liking this.
The war was ended swiftly after, and Tiamat, the aggressor, was banished. The few of her kin were forgiven and left to wander the world. Bahamut, left with next to no kin, decided against creating more children, and instead, he disguised himself and left to view the world through a distant lens. The world was left scorched and in ruins, and so Visigoth created 7 more children to help heal the world. Simikil, Thyraker, Jaruva, Razael, Lakiri, Remnin, and Gentigu. With the world healed and bountiful with resources, Visigoth tasked his 13 children with populating the world with lesser creatures. He felt drained over the years and was tired of doing the work himself. He asked him to create creatures, ones who would not hold the power to bring such destruction to the plane. And over the millennia, the children of Visigoth began to see their... Over many millennia, those children of Visigoth began to see their powers weaken and their bodies age. Some accepted that change. They saw immortality as the root of evil that they were created to stop. Others only believed it to be a betrayal of their father that they worshipped. It wasn't until that they, the children, learned their life force was feeding their father's power that they truly began to plot against their own family. Half of the 13 formed their own allegiance, and through a swift betrayal, managed to banish Visigoth back to the realm of shadow. This time, without a son, so he could never again be able to recreate the power he once held. Thus, a conflict between 2 factions of gods ensued. The lesser races were used as tools of war, and the fighting only ceased when in the war's final battle, the continent was split in half, dividing the factions and their races. And so, the stories of 13 passed into legend, and Visigoth the Creator was forgotten. The races here, in Spey, in what is now called Spey, worship what they call the Guiding Hand. Each member of the Guiding Hand is named by their role and power as far as they're aware. The shield, the builder, the transmuter, the voice, the illusion, and the sight. Each one is associated to a specific part of the hand. The shield references the thumb, and its symbol of magic that it identifies by is abjuration. The builder is the index finger, and its symbol of magic matches conjuration. The middle finger, known as the voice, is enchantment magic. The ring finger, the transmuter, is for transmutation magic. The illusion, for the pinky, covers illusion magic. And finally, the palm, known as the sight, is the source of divination. These covered all but 2 schools of magic. Evocation, the most common form of magic that anybody can master, and necromancy, a school that nobody really had any sort of knowledge about and wasn't tied to any higher being. This is what you guys repeat to a person who calls himself what was Imutatio. Used to be. And as you guys realize in the story, Imutatio was one of his first 6 children that he created in order to stop the Dragon War. And that's it for my narrating. I don't know what else you guys wanted to tell him.
Oh, it is a him?
Sure.
Sure.
Oh, I thought it was a woman.
Yeah, I thought it was a woman too.
It.
Oh, touche. Yeah. Well, I guess after all that, it's like, well, that's the history. And then we
But
know
what about-
that something's corrupting the continent right now. We've seen quite a lot of dead being raised, and I try to really avoid Sal, looking at Sal. And we've seen just the earth deadened, destroyed in areas.
You
especially
recall
by
an
the
image?
giants.
You also recall the image of a city on fire.
Oh yes, and
The
the
southern
south.
city of Vestidas was burned to the ground. The city south of the
Well, it was
desert.
like starved and then burned to the ground. So
If you don't mind, can one of you move all that stuff off the
yeah,
display?
come on, John.
Just
got, like,
volunteered.
one job.
It's my
dude.
first day of an intern. I'm definitely gonna fill Imutatio in about my brother Jeff, my mom, my dad, my grandpa who got eaten by a dragon, Uncle Bob who wandered into the forest and came back without an arm, which was fabled that he lost a bet with the devil. The devil being another dragon, and then a lot of the swamp history. Obviously, Shmoo, the swamp demon that haunts the swamp. That, you know, if you're past late night kind of curfew for the swamp and you're a kid, kind of comes around and kidnaps your kid. We have like a swamp Krampus that also leaves like rotted fungus in your stocking if you're a bad swamp child for the year. A lot of the just swamp traditions that just don't pertain to the world, but just to that one.
That is your world.
That is my world. Yeah.
You have Christians?
Hmm?
Do you guys...
I added mine already.
I turn to the red. Do you recognize me?
Yes.
Not from the ship the last time, but from further on in history.
I assumed you would lack clarity after the incident. I've known you for a long time. Well over 1,000 years.
Sal's an old bitch.
You're old.
Yeah.
Grandma sorcerer.
Were you a god?
Have you not been collecting the pieces?
Well, no, I know you want to be a god. But I'm saying, were you once a god?
Imutatio, or whatever you'd like me to call you. If I was truly lived several spans, centuries, millennia, whatever was once known to me has been lost. I don't remember myself as I was, but some things have flashed back to me in the past. Back when grander cities were alive in this world, and you were probably much more of a being than a vessel.
You do lack a lot of your memory, as this has always been what I was and what I am. I am the god of change and transmutation. Yes, I exist. Yes, I am alive, so to speak, but not like you. I don't have a beating heart. I am not a creature. What your people would recognize me as is closer to that of a mimic, as those were the children that I chose to create when we made lesser beings in my own likeness, along with the many other races that we created together. So if that's how you wish to view me, I believe a mimic would be the most appropriate to your likeness.
It's neither here and there. If we shed our skin and change who we are. Am I different? Not power scale. I'm assuming there's something lost there, and obviously memory, but...
Obvious.
Yeah. I guess instead of skirting around it, and I don't know how much or how far I can trust you with you holding more cards than I do in my current possession, but it seems like if we were contenders on the same stage at one point, that I would have probably held my cards closer than I'm about to. But do I have a twin sister or twin brother?
You have more memories than I imagined, and they're coming back faster to you than I thought. You had a brother once, Sal'Mara. He was powerful in a dark, archaic magic. Sal'Mara was easily swayed by maternal figures. But he always put you first. And he's still the reason that you're here and he's not. Sal'Mara. It's good to see you again. To hold a conversation with you.
My name, Sal'Mara.
Seems to be the implication.
Yeah.
You going by Sal'Mara, because that's the name stitched into the side of your bag of holding.
Yes.
I will say this. It's not my place to feed you the memories that you lack. You have no reason to trust me. And anything I give you would go with a grain of salt. So I won't. And instead, when you're unsure about a memory, I might help you provide clarification, but I will never introduce you to new information about your old self, as I don't feel that's fair to you. I will say this. You have a powerful lineage that's within you, a power that you once awoken and you will awake again. But be careful. It was your magic that destroyed this continent in the past.
Hashtag not surprised. Sorry.
But that's not fair to put on you. I had equal and as much blame in the destruction of the people I sought to protect and create. That is why I live without name, in banishment. This is my punishment.
I'm certain there are a million questions I could ask about at this point, but I think where I need to project myself is, obviously you're doing something here to help. I don't know if you're the god that this one follows or what you would call it. But the world is contending against one of us at this point, or at least an imitation of what we were at one point, and marking themselves with fingerprints. It's been seen in a couple of the different societies. Are you aware of this?
I've been tracking it. I used to lead it.
Okay.
Until Eloise came. And I'll explain that in a moment. As for my daughter, my worshipper, my one and only representative, I wanted to thank you. Your journey has been truthful, and you have lived up to every expectation I've put in front of you. You freed Sal'Mara, as I had hoped you would. You found companions, and you've grown in strength to help contend the evil forces looking to destroy Spey. I apologize for not being as present in your life, but I need you to understand that I have gone through a few worshippers over the years, and I've learned that it's better to not reveal myself until I'm sure that they are someone who can contend with gods. You don't know it yet, but your future's fixed. And I'm sorry for putting that weight upon you. These are my sins that you and your friends are forced to carry. But I can't do it myself. And I can't leave the continent to ruin.
No.
I owe you an explanation of our history. The truth beyond what you would see in glass paintings in forgotten cities. Buried in ruin and rubble, told from long ago, people without the foresight to know what really happened. You know him as Visigoth. This was the elven name given to him in our history books. I knew him as the Father. Many knew him as the Creator, the King of Kings, or the Shadow Dragon. As you know, a number of gods split and betrayed Visigoth and banished him. That was Simrikil, Farekir, Jeruva, Raziel, and the triplets, the Kiri, Remnan, and Gentigo. The 7 gods created to help heal the world. They were not there for the wars and atrocities that we saw left from the Battle of Dragons. Instead, they were brought into a world to populate, to grow, and beautify. They betrayed Visigoth because they feared death and sought the power he held. And like I said, they lacked the foresight that we original 6 had from seeing the first-hand destruction that's caused by the desire for infinite power. After banishing Visigoth, we, the remaining 6, declared war on the 7 in order to free our father and return balance to our world. Our races fought for their creators, and once again, we saw the world begin to burn. In a last-ditch effort to protect the plane from collapsing into ruin, we chose to divide our continents, with our respective races on each side, leaving only a small, secret route to bypass the sea that divided us. We hoped that this was a secret to the 7 that we left on the other side. Unfortunately, many decades later, we discovered another human on our continent. Eloise, the one I mentioned before. She managed to wander too far north of Domum. I'll go ahead and... She managed to travel too far north in Domum. She discovered our pass to the north. Vabrak's Blade, as the giants who became native to that land called it. A discovery we could not risk getting back to the 7. So we took her back to our shared home, where we kept her prisoner for many years. In truth, I do look back sometimes regretting the decision to not kill her outright. It would have buried a lot of secrets. But it wasn't our secrets she had learned that troubles me now. It was the ones she carried with her. She traded her knowledge for life. The one thing we valued as greatly as our security, a decision that costed us greatly. After a few years, we began to trade commodities, comforts, and even freedoms for her knowledge. Knowledge of Domum, of its races, and of its gods. We learned that our brothers and sisters, the 7, now were recognized under a new name, the Divine 5. We assume this was to break any connection to the previous war and the evil they forced onto our world. Simikil became known as Pontus. Fyraker became Callum. Jeruva became Silva. Raziel, Societas, and the triplets now answered to one name, Venatio. I'm gonna break this dialogue for 1 second to remind you guys of the history of the Divine 5. As you guys would know, the 2 that are from Domum. The Divine 5 is the primary religion of Domum.
Mm-hmm.
Venatio, recognized as the god of hunt, beasts and animals, and justice, is the triplets. Pontus, the god of sea, weather, and balance, serenity, is known as, was Simikil. Calum, the god of heaven, sky, and air, and prosperity, Fyraker. Silva, the goddess of crops, plants, matter, and sustenance, is Jeruva. And Societas, the goddess of society, alliances, and community, and peace, known as Raziel. Jumping back down. To be fair, we, the 6 that were left here, went under a new name this time. But these were given to us by our people, not by ourselves, and it was never a means of deception. Clyphus became the shield. Adifex became the builder, Imperium the voice, Umbra the illusion, Visus the sight, and I, Imutatio, became the transmuter. An oversimplification of our powers, but accurate enough for the lesser races to understand. At this point, the Divine 5 had become even stronger than the last time we faced off. Unlike us, who had felt the effects of war and age, the Divine 5 has been feeding off the life forces of their worshippers, similar to what Visigoth had done to us. But because these were lesser beings, more was needed to be taken from them, and so it halved the lives of their most faithful race, humans. Humans rarely live above the age 70, when in all reality they're supposed to live to 150. This is where we found Eloise. This is why we found Eloise so far north. She sought escape from her gods. She sought a way to extend her life to its original length. She was more studied on our history than any of us had previously thought. We should have seen the warning signs, but she gave us the location of our father's banishment seal. And as she had learned the location a long time ago, and now only searched for a spell to break it. Her hope was if freed, he would restore balance to the world, and her lifetime would be restored. The gateway to his dwelling is located in Heron's Bay, inside the shell of a giant dragon turtle, one of the oldest remaining children of Tiamat, who had made his home in our protected waters. Even still, we didn't trust her. However, we did feel indebted to her, and so we gave her free range of our home, continent, and any amenities or knowledge it contained, with the promise that she would return to us once she found a way to free our father. After almost 100 years, we saw her again, unaged, even by the day. Knowing the 7, now 5, still plagued her race, we questioned her on how she extended her life. This was the beginning of our downfall. She had discovered a way to steal life forces from one individual, adding it to the remaining years of your own, rather than draining a race as a whole. I ridiculed her for the evil that she was the evil that this was, but she was oh so clever and compelling. She pitched it as a public service, stealing the life from those who didn't deserve it, the evilest of lower races, protecting others from the creatures while giving her the time she needed to discover a way to free Visigoth. I was skeptical, but my peers saw differently, and so they sought the strength that they would one day need to challenge our family. What she failed to disclose was feeding on the souls of others in this way poisoned the mind and desecrated the body of its creator. I was the only one left untainted, for my body allows me to feed on non-living materials in a similar fashion. With our goals aligned for the time being, however, she was granted access to the northern plains. There she discovered ancient magic she believed she could use to free our father. She only needed the time to master it. Something we believed we now had plenty of, but time had run out. Our races discovered what my brothers and sisters had done, and they were not happy about the idea of extending one's life through the expulsion of another. They named the magic necromancy and titled us the Starved, Lords of the Undead. Civilization collapsed, and the people fled, and the only ones who remained were those who had studied under Eloise, and those too wild to understand the evil that plagued their land. But once blood ran dry, our followers became the tributes to our power. Again I protested. We had done enough damage to the world, and if we truly wanted to heal the world, we were crossing a line that couldn't be uncrossed. Blood of the innocent is not the same as blood of the guilty, even if it was volunteered. So I was banished, and forfeited the name Imutatio. Believed to be a traitor, they thought I meant to give up on freeing our father, and so I was left to wander the sea. It was there I discovered the original home of our father. His tower, still shrouded in shadow that he was made from, I believe, stashed away in this place, is the power needed to end this line of hate and return the world to balance. 1,000 years passed, and my family now, identifying as just the Hand, consumed the last of their followers. And so, Eloise, now titled Immutatio, orchestrated the discovery of Spey to the place she once called home. This would bring her a constant influx of fresh souls for their life force and her various experiments. This was the last time I challenged her, believing her to be at her weakest. I was left severely damaged, and she was left almost entirely unharmed. However, I still consider it a victory. It was at that time that I discovered Sal'Mara, somebody I had known, on an altar table, giving away her life to the gods she worshipped. And I rescued her and kept her alive on my ship for almost 400 years, until you arrived.
Oh my goodness.
I've spent this time feasting upon incoming vessels, careful never to harm the lives on board, My hope was that my actions would dissuade people from coming across the sea and encourage those remaining to flee in order not to feed Eloise. In secret, now Imutatio, in secret, I also set my own plans into motion. The Divine Five never considered sending their people east before, and they knew they were far more powerful than us, and the collapse of the Elven Empire 1,000 years ago, but assumed they could rule unchallenged for the rest of eternity. Now, with the sudden discovery of Spey, even they grow curious of what remains of those they once called kin. They cannot be allowed to understand the plans in motion by myself or the Hand, or we risk the world and never freeing the Father. Don't take that as my desire for Imutatio to succeed. I don't want people here, I don't want her in power, and I still don't trust whatever vision she whatever plan she hides. That is why I'm taking you to my father's home, in hopes that you can help find a power buried somewhere within his land to help end this curse. I've kept a close eye on the world around, and I can give you locations of some of my family members. And if the time comes, I need you to do everything in your power to stop them. They have been corrupted beyond recognition. I don't know them anymore. Whatever Imutatio has turned them into, they are shells of themselves. And the curse of wild necromancy, the sacrifice of a life to extend one's, has poisoned their minds, and they are but slaves to her. I don't know what happened to her. I don't know where she dwells. If you are to take them on, my recommendation, and there's a pause, to go after my weakest brother, Imperium. Recognized as the middle finger and the father of enchantment magic. He lives in a castle at the bottom of the sea. Beneath the mouth of Spey lies a magic dome, an air pocket, so to speak, where his castle thrives. The last place anyone of his kind would think to find him. He is the father of vampirism, after all. Water being one of their biggest weaknesses. But that time isn't for now. But there will come a day where you need to challenge him. And each and every one of my siblings, until we find a way to either free my father or shut down this hand forever.
So that's all, just trying to catch up, that's all 12 others, or we're just talking about the 7?
So, Visigoth originally created 6 children.
Yes.
Those 6 children became the guiding hand.
Yes.
You have seen 5 of them in your dream.
Okay, yeah.
And Eloise in the white cloak.
Okay.
The 7 other gods
Mm-hmm.
became the Divine Five because the triplets are recognized as one person now, one god. They go by one name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But are we hunting the 7 new ones, or are we hunting...
He's implying you're hunting his
The original
direct siblings,
6.
the original 6. Now 5,
Mm-hmm.
but technically 6 with the new Imutatio.
And maybe this is a question I need to ask a Sal, but was my brother one of the 5?
Sal'Mara was not one of the 5.
Okay.
It was later we learned Eloise discovered necromantic magic from your race. Located in the Southern Isles, lies a populace of snake-esque people. In all honesty, none of us are sure which god created them. In fact, they might have been an abomination, an amalgamation created in our lust for creating the most significant races. At some point, they were created and forgotten. And it was there, without gods to oversee them, that they found a new source for magic, not coming from any one of us. Their race was primitive. And again, I know that you don't quite understand all of it as you lack the memory. I mean this with zero disrespect to your people. They were violent creatures. They fought each other and killed for territory, for islands that had enough resources to feed all of them. And once every so often, a child would be born with the ability to harness that evil, necromantic magical power. It wasn't until we gave Eloise freedom over our land, and she vanished for that 100 years, did we discover the race. She came back with twins. 2 children born with the magic power, something that she said had never happened there before in their race. She didn't elaborate on it further, and to be honest, with their distance from our land, they weren't a threat to our races that we cared for, and so we never visited. We never thought about it. She learned that magic through them. She learned how to harness it and evolve it. And so Sal'Mara was the forefront of developing new spells alongside Eloise. He saw her as a paternal figure and studied under her. Kind of like a big brother, even though I think you guys are the same age.
Mm-hmm.
And you studied under as well and learned side by side. Oftentimes he would step forward in the experimental stage of magic. His biggest risk, or his biggest fear, was losing you. And so he took every risk on himself. And as far as I understand, at the end of time, he chose to sacrifice his life force to feed Eloise and the other Divine Five in hopes that they would find another life force before attempting to consume you. And that's why you're here, and he's not.
Sal's processing a lot of emotions. I have, not to take up other people's opportunities to ask questions, but
I'm sorry, I feel like you have a lot more. And a lot more that should be asked.
I don't know what all this would be, but I think we're here in the present. We need to look towards the future. Have you ever seen necromancy be used for what you would consider good?
The power had... The magic wasn't inherently evil. It was the way that it was used. I talk specifically about how it was used to drain the life of one unwilling participant to feed the life force of another that was poisonous to the mind and the soul. The basic levels and components of it never seemed to show any effect. And for the most part, you two never seemed to change. You seemed unaffected by it. As if it was a part of you and your people. It was only in others that it seemed to change their souls. Like a foreign agent, a poison that they couldn't resist plaguing their body.
You speak Imperium?
Imperium.
The brother that we're fighting?
Yeah, the middle finger.
Yeah. Did his vampirism come from using necromantic powers?
No. Again, many of us gods were created based on things Visigoth and my father saw in other realms, powers. The vampirism that he embodies, not is, but embodies, is more of a race than a plague. However, you are correct that it does spread like an infection to those that are not part of the race. Only a true vampire can be born of another true vampire, but people can be infected and given partial amounts of that power. It was a small race that he created initially in his own image, as we all did. We all created sub-races in our own image. The population of elves that covered Spey was our group effort to create a race in our father's likeness. You guys would recognize them as drow, elves of shadow. It was through time and mutation that you see many other races, high elves, wood elves, were formed. But yes, the vampirism that you would be familiar with, true vampires are of the race he made in his own likeness, and many of those cursed with the affliction were a different race affected by it, like a disease.
And he lives in the bottom of the ocean?
Correct.
How are we supposed to get to your weakest brother?
I will take you.
You will take us. Where are we going now?
To my father's home.
To the father's... Okay, the tower.
We still have a bit until I think we're ready to face.
You guys, again, are heading northwest into the frigid sea towards the storm in the far distance.
It's a lot like home.
You speak of enemies that we must fight. What of allies? What resources
We
or
have a god
people?
on our side. It'll all be great.
1 of 12, 13.
I apologize. I am not much assistance to you, outside of the power that I grant you.
Gee.
You must understand that, like my family, I have aged. I am weak and but a shell of the power I once held. The reason I live is because my body and my likeness allows me to feed on inorganic material to sustain my own life, but this doesn't grant me the power that the necromantic magic or harnessing an entire race's life force would grant my siblings. It's why I wander the sea and I consume incoming ships. It's the most I can do with what I have. The power I grant you is from the beyond. The small shell that I am can give you that, but I can't harness it myself anymore.
Okay, I understand now.
Trying to get like a smell of the magic is the same as Phoenix's. If there is a sense of that, or if it's all mental.
Give me an
then-
Arcana check.
Okay.
That's a natural one.
Ooh, 19.
Yeah, I mean, it's very obvious that this being is the one that grants her magic and her power.
Same smell, and it's transmutation magic.
That is the magic that you get from the ship, is that it seems extremely powerful of transmutation, or should be extremely powerful of transmutation magic. It actually seems quite thin.
The magic is thin.
Yeah.
Okay,
Doesn't seem like there's a lot there.
gotcha. But like a faint citrusy, same type of
Citrusy
smell.
was the enchantment.
Oh, was the enchantment. Okay, that was like the spell
middle
you
finger.
cast.
The middle finger
Yeah,
on
you
the
said
paper.
I was lemony.
Oh, you were limiting. Okay,
Sure.
yeah. Faint lemon scent. emanates from the ship. Okay, just checking. If it was like the same magic or a source of magic. And we're to free your father, or to get to Visigoth's tower. Once we arrive, what are we to face to free your father?
I can't tell you. I've never been in there.
So no, you don't know what binds him or what imprisons him?
His prison is not here, but it is my belief he stored some amount of his power here in his home. And I think if you were to learn to harness that power, it would assist you in the war to come. Though, I doubt you are currently powerful enough to obtain it, as I'm sure there are a number of perils that exist between where I can guide you and where that power is located. It will, however, serve as a home, outside the eyes of gods, outside the powers of the guiding hand or the divine five, or wherever Imutatio is now.
Well, what do we call you now?
Like I said, I don't have a name.
Not you. Do we still call you Sal? Or Soul?
We know your full name is Sal'Mara now, but we can keep it as Sal.
Mara?
Keep your name.
Sal'Mara?
Sal in respects to your lost twin.
Well, her brother's name was Sal'Mara,
Mhm.
and you guys have known her as Sal'Mara. Her name is Sal'Mara.
Sal'Mara, yeah.
Sal'Mara.
We still
No,
call her Sal.
Oh, would you still like to be called Sal?
I need a few nights to rest and think on this.
Okay.
That's a lot to process.
Well, would our friend here be able to
Oh yes,
magic us to this place?
it's a ritual. Yes, if one knows enough arcana, you can do the ritual yourself.
So, even if it doesn't already have a symbol?
I can create a new one.
Okay. I was just wondering. That's awesome to know. Yeah, that's why I was asking.
I assume you just gathered stones.
That's why I was asking the god, okay?
I'm trying to keep. Oh, I thought you were asking. I
Well,
was trying
no,
to keep
well-
roleplay alive.
Yeah.
To the best of my knowledge, his home is a reverse of our home.
Oh.
I and my 5 other siblings created a tower that spanned infinitely into the sky, where we could watch over our race, and our race could see us from anywhere on the continent. I have explored the waters around my father's home, and you'll notice when you get there, it is but a platform, rising not but a few feet above the sea. But it spans infinitely downward, into the bottom of the ocean, down to the ground below, and farther than I could ever explore.
So the tower goes downwards, not
Tower
towards the
goes.
sky.
Oh yeah. The tower goes infinitely up. The father's house goes infinitely down.
Okay.
How long until we're at this house?
2 days. But you can rest.
I think that would be good. At least
Very good.
for me.
Is there anything else that I can answer?
Will we have access to you in the next 2 days?
Yes.
Then I think I shall take my call for the night.
What of the prisoners manacled?
Do with them what you will. Otherwise, I'll free them when I return to the coast.
Oh, I say free them when you get to the coast.
Yeah, with or without their memories.
I've never taken anyone's memories.
They just remember their time on a ghost ship, like we
Okay.
did. Why didn't you do anything earlier? The first time we were on the ship.
We were weak sauce.
Oh, because I was weak.
If I had
You weren't as
brought,
devoted.
if I had put this knowledge on you at that time, it would have put you on a path too dangerous for you to handle. But also, I feel it was important for you to discover the evils of this world, to see the underlying plot that's occurring, to get your own desire to help beyond that of mine. I could have implanted the desire to solve the world's problems in you from the moment I met all of you. But it wouldn't have been real for you. It would have just been a mission by your god, by some entity that saved your life. Something that your friends were involved with that you had no stake in the game. Not only was it to prove that you were the right choice, that you would have the power to survive the perils ahead, but to ensure that you valued the outcome of the steps you take, of the path you have to walk.
For me, you have always been a god of change.
Death is just another change in the cycle of life.
Exactly. And I will call you my god of change.
And I will answer to that name.
And I will fight for you.
You have my sword.
And my axe.
And my claws.
I actually don't have an axe.
And her bow.
And her bow.
Sweetie's bow.
Ah,
We got 2 days to get ready to get to the tower. I don't know if I want to ask the god anything else. How should we prepare to... Well, I was going to ask how to prepare to fight your brother, but we're not quite ready for that fight yet.
We shall see.
Okay. And you're unfamiliar with the tower of where your father's visage is held prison.
Like I said, my father's sealing spell is not located here in the tower, but I believe he left artifacts and remnants of his power that would be useful to you along the road of freeing my father. Like I said, I've tracked all of my siblings, and I could give you approximate locations of them. Imperium is the only one that I can take you to that I know where he is, and it's because he is located in the sea. The others you will have to find on your own, and hopefully Imperium may hold clues to their locations in the future. Many called Spey the living continent. If you've ever looked at a map of our land, it resembles that of some bestial head.
Oh my god.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Right in front of us.
Way for us to miss that the whole time.
Glyphix has always called his home somewhere within the mane of this beast. Adifex, the builder, lies somewhere in the golden cloak.
Is that my Krampus? Because the main would be...
Imperium lives in the mouth.
Oh, the main.
Umbra, to the last of my knowledge, was on the horn. And Visus, who I have not seen for a long, long time, has been guarding our father's seal. And fittingly enough, the God of Sight, I believe, is located somewhere in the eye.
I think the wisest thing is to figure out this power up. Awaken the true assassin inside you.
I've got plans to kill some gods.
And
And
you've been given
I
a contract.
Plans to get stronger and become a paladin for my god of change. And Swifty's just like,
I apologize.
I'm just here to shoot people.
I apologize. This conversation is something that I haven't had in a long time, and it seems to have drained me quite a bit. Like you, I also need some rest. So I will call it a night, but not before I leave some gifts for you, my daughter, that I have meant to give for a long time. And the chest on the far end opens, and inside is a devotee's censer and an amulet of the devout +2, which you have now moved up in the church kind of guild with your religion's guild, so to speak, to the acolyte level. And we'll call the session there.
Awesome.
Can we take a long rest now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys can go ahead and long rest now. That's fine.
Cool.
I'm not going to interrupt you with a fight.
I ate so many golden apples just to feel that.
Amulet of the Devout, and what was the other thing?
Amulet of the Devout +2 and Devotee's Censer. DEVOTEE Censer. I'm going to go ahead and kind of cut the feed here, guys. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for everybody that watched the stream, commented. It's good to see everybody in. See some activity in the chat. And we'll see you guys next week with Arcana of Alistaria.
Yep.
All right. Bye.